including a filter, funnel, shop towels, drain pan, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check out CarSaver.com, the first site where you can buy new and used cars 100% online and get a lifetime warranty at no cost to you. Save thousands today at CarSaver.com. That's CarSaver.com, the better way to buy a car.
Your home for Titans and Falls football. 104.5 The Zone. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. A Cumulus station. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
It is 6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. Toronto Blue Jays defeated the Atlanta Braves last night 5-3. Toronto had a 3-run eighth inning that led them to the come-from-behind win. Braves dropped one game below 500 once again. College baseball midweek action. Vanderbilt defeated North Alabama 3-2. UT beat Tennessee Tech 10-8. The Oakland A's said they will start exploring the possibility of relocating with the blessing of Major League Baseball, a move that could put pressure on local government officials to greenlight a new stadium project. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred has publicly mentioned Nashville as a potential fit for an expansion team. NBA Grizzlies defeated the Mavs 133-104. Ja Morant, 24 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Memphis could still finish as high as the 8th seed in the West. The Vols have moved up their season opening football game and will be facing Bowling Green on Thursday, September 2nd at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on SEC Network. The Titans have agreed to terms with defensive back Quentin Meeks in 2020. He split the season between the Chargers and Jags, playing in 6 total games. Tonight, you can tune into 104.5 The Zone for 2 hours of exclusive coverage of the NFL schedule release. Will Bowling and Lucas Panzica from 6 to 7 this evening, followed by Titans radio coverage at 7 o'clock. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening? Welcome in, JMart and Ramon on this Wednesday morning. NFL Schedule Release Wednesday. Schedule releases this evening, and it's going to release weirdly. I don't know if we're just going to be spoiled at like 5 o'clock or not because of the networks. Fox is releasing their Sunday night stuff on their own programming. I think on Fox News. CBS is releasing stuff on Good Morning, I believe, on their week 1 at least. So, like, we might have some idea of some of this long before we actually get to the big-time schedule release later on. But it's just fun. And football is to a degree where people are going to sit around and they're going to start to talk about a schedule. They're going to talk about a list of games that are going to be played. They're basically going to look at a television schedule, and they're going to discuss that for hours on end. It shows that football is king in this country. That's how we welcome you into J. Martin Ramon on this Wednesday. At J. Martin Ramon on Twitter. 11-year NFL veteran Vol for Life, Ramon Foster. Jonathan Schaefer joining me. I'm Jason Martin. We're with you until 10 a.m. today. Mom, what's happening?
Man, nothing. I'm actually looking forward to the schedule release simply because I don't have to play it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what games I can enjoy, we need to travel to, where we need to be, and how some teams will go through the gauntlet and some will simply – I don't say cruise through, but you know the teams that get an opportunity to cruise through. So this will be. I'm very interested in this year.
Well, any prediction? Any kind of a guess?
Any guess, man? Nothing off top. I'm thinking
Week 1 Titans opponent. Literally, we're not going to debate this because there's no reason to know.
Mm-hmm.
You're just picking one of the teams you know that this squad is playing this year.
Yeah.
I said yesterday, I just threw a shot in the dark out there and just said for some reason my mind keeps going to the Jets.
Yeah.
Titans' new look defense against rookie quarterback, maybe Zach Wilson. That's where I am on it. I think I can see that. I could see Arizona. Those are two matchups I could see.
Damn, my Arizona. I think the Jets will be a really good opener. If it's the Jets in the opener, I'll say this: it'll probably be a nationally televised game for the Titans too. It'll be really interesting to see. I think they would want to highlight the young rookie in the Jets and also see what the Titans got. You got Taylor Lewan coming back. You got, of course, Derrick Henry. You got the new look offense in the sense of a new OC. You also got the fact that, look, there are some missing parts, and people want to see the Titans be able to play without those missing parts. That's Corey Davis, that's Jono. If it's the Jets on the road, I think it could end up being, what is that, a 3:15 game here, 3:05 game? I'd actually love to see that. More than anything, the young quarterback and seeing what Tannehill does against him. Tannehill's got to get to a point to where he's almost, he is an OG in the game right now. I want to kind of see him, rip off a young rookie's neck and just crap down their throat a little bit simply because I'm just saying in the sense of like, hey, I own you.
You talk about choosing violence, Ramon. Come on, it's graphic.
I'm telling you this. If there was a young Thundercat, a young D lineman coming into the league, dog, I got to get you right now because you might learn a little something over the years where you might get me later. So
someone was reading breakfast, bro.
I don't know if we need to go. I don't know if you ever need to go full metal jacket at 6:05 a.m.
My bad. You're right. I'm going back to the old me. That's
demerit.
I'll be
ready.
Y'all
back to the old me.
That's exactly what I was doing, man. You got to be able to state your dominance against these type of guys. I feel the same way about Trevor Lawrence too. He may as well. This Titans defense, if they don't get him now, and we expect him to be as good, you'll never have that opportunity again, man. So hey, I like seeing this type of stuff. That's football. That's one thing you can do here is, hey, all right. Pat him on the back of the head. You know, that little doot at the top of the head? Like, yeah, you got to be able to do that, Tannehill. Even though you don't even play against him, that's what I'm looking for. I'm choosing violence.
You were choosing violence. I mean, you're a drill sergeant at 6:05 a.m.
He's choosing Kill Bill level violence.
Yeah, like easy.
Easy. Okay, all right.
John Wick, relax over there, okay?
All right. Okay, we'll just throw darts at him. Let's go. But in New York, on the road, Titans on the road, man, it'd be huge.
So we've got Josh Ward from Knoxville. We'll talk some SEC, some Tennessee with him in the next hour of the program. We've got Double J, our good friend Jeff Jarrett, My World podcast blowing up. We're going to bring him on. We're going to chat about its early success and just who knows what shenanigans we'll get in with Jeff Jarrett in the final hour of the program today. But around that, yes, of course, we're going to talk about the Titans, the Athletic piece ranking the Titans 20th in the NFL.
What?
Is that even playoff worthy?
No, it is not.
I didn't think so. It was 14 teams, right?
Last I checked.
Yeah, it's 14 teams.
And usually there's probably a better team than one of the division winners. But even then, you're still looking at like 15.
Still fighting through. Like 20th puts you outside looking in.
I think that, well, I don't know. We're going to have to look at the entire league and determine whether or not 20th is even close to right. I would say most of our listeners are going to disagree, but we're going to get to that.
Of course.
Also, the Oakland Athletics. I don't know that they're ever going to leave. It sounds like a ransom move.
It is.
Trying to get themselves a new stadium.
But
if I'm Oakland, I'm kind of like, yeah, go ahead and leave. All these stadiums are such boondoggles all across the country. A lot of money has been lost in a lot of these stadium situations. My prediction is they're going to be in Vegas in 3 to 5 years, but it's not an immediate thing, but I think Vegas is probably the likelihood. Even though Portland would make a strong case, Vegas, because of gambling, whether you like it or not, it seems like the way. It seems like that's where everybody is looking right now because of the obvious tie-ins.
And Vegas, it found money for the Raiders stadium. There was a number thrown out yesterday about this Oakland stadium. A number just thrown out. I'm like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but the highest paid the highest costed a stadium now is like $5 billion.
I don't know, but
I think it's the Rams or either the
that
Raiders.
stadium. That or Vegas are probably the most.
Okay.
Jerry World before that.
They're about 5 to 7 for America's most popular sport, football. Okay. Well, also they're saying that the Raiders will have a club also inside, of course, inside the stadium. But you got a baseball stadium asking for $12 billion for this?
Like I said, I would tell him to not let the screen door hit him on the way out.
$12 billion. Like, I'm all for a good time, and I like nice things. Jay, you like nice things. Shafe, you like nice things. But $12 billion for what, the second most popular sport in America? Or third?
Third, probably.
Third. Would a B. Golly. And maybe that's Cali prices, but $12 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd tell him kick rocks too.
Yeah, like I said, I'd tell him to bounce.
God, dog. That's that's pushing it to me, man.
And again, 15 years from now, well, we've got to upgrade or we're going to leave. Like you did just again, once they see you running, they're never going to let you stop.
Never going to let you stop. I like that.
So again, Vegas is the one that makes the most sense because Vegas seems to have money to burn right now.
Yeah, they do.
And with the gambling tie-ins and DraftKings and everybody, having the money to spend on sports right now, Vegas is just an obvious, easy answer. I know Montreal would like to have a team back. I know Portland would like to have a team back. I can see Louisville still wanting to get past the bats and move into that role as well. Yeah, it's a great baseball town, and they've wanted MLB for a long time. There's a lot of markets that could do it. And, of course, it opens up the debate again about Nashville and whether or not baseball is right for this city. But I don't know if you're going to have 4 teams in Vegas, but you've already got 2. You got the Golden Knights, and you've got the Raiders. So baseball could be the next one, even though I think there's probably more money spent on basketball in the sports betting landscape these days. They've still got time.
But it's to that point you said about Vegas, though. So I think it was Alan Bell on with 3HL yesterday, and it was talking about who was it that posted? It may have been him or 3HL talking about how quick Tennessee, of all people, got to $1 billion in bets, man. We're talking about Tennessee, and imagine what Vegas is doing as far as just like in-city bets, and I mean just being able to be there and I don't know if you want to call that raise money, spend money, whatever the case may be, but they will be funded clearly. Vegas, like you said, did flawlessly with the Knights, the Raiders, and that magnificent just arena that they have. That is a trip that's worth taking too, guys. The Vegas, if the Titans are going out there sometime soon, what is the AFC West? When are they on the docket? Are they on the docket this year as far as? Nope, not this year. We got to find time, guys, in the recent future to go to that Raider Stadium. I think that would be an awesome road trip. That would be an awesome road trip. I want to see the inside of the stadium. I'm acting like a kid with these stadiums now, especially the new ones, except for that $12 billion one that Oakland is trying to get right now, the A's.
That's a preposterous number.
Yeah.
I know that in baseball stadiums, I think generally need to be made smaller these days. I think you make a cool environment for not limited where you're always have spillover, but where you almost are filling that thing and you put the money into what's going on inside instead of another 15,000 seats that aren't going to be filled. There's too many games. Most of these baseball stadiums aren't getting filled anywhere close.
Yeah.
Not even close. And some of them look embarrassing.
That's why they're putting nightclubs in them now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they have to add all these amenities and all this stuff. How about you just fix that on the front end? Just make it state-of-the-art on the inside, but make it state-of-the-art for 30,000 people max. Or even less if you're in the right market. If you have a great intimate atmosphere that's loud with 23,000, then why not do that?
Right. It makes the most sense, you would think, but the bigger the better, and it all always goes down to what else can we host here. I think the Rams have like a world-class art exhibit in theirs, which, that's L.A., and you kind of expect that type of stuff.
I'm not going to the Rams stadium to check out art, but I'm not going anywhere to check out art.
Yeah.
I can't stand high-end art.
Really?
Yeah, because I just don't get it. I don't get standing around saying, well, here's what the author or here's what the artist intended.
I would like,
no, it's a painting.
I would probably enjoy that type of, just to see it, the history of it, especially being preserved through wars and just just a long amount of time. That would be an awesome thing to see. And of course, they always talk about how it's protected. The Mona Lisa is behind it's protected so many different ways, man. It's pretty wild. Actually, really, really wild how that breaks down.
So, article in the I guess San Jose Mercury News, quote, well, now I've lost it because of stupid paywall. Hey, do you want to log in to read this? Nah, we're cool. We're good. Trying to quit, but thanks though. It says the A's relocation threat is more bark than bite. Again, they're just trying to shake down the city and the taxpayers to get this new deal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are saying no to that stuff more often than they used to. If you don't, like the Oakland A's, are you really going to relocate? And if you do, again, I would call their bluff on it. If they leave, then okay, I guess we played that one wrong. If we really wanted the Oakland Athletics, it would suck to lose them in Oakland, but $12 billion.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Hey, I have no idea. Considering they just lost a main attraction with the Raiders. I mean, do they love baseball enough to actually put up that much money? I doubt it. I think just spending $12 billion for a stadium period is doing a bit too much. Are you gonna host a Super Bowl out of it? Is that a question to be had?
No, because baseball stadiums don't have enough seats.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's just no way. Of course, the A's statement, a message to our fans, and they're sending that out to the fans, but the money's not involved, not listed in that article. Like the letter that they're sending to fans from the A's front office, that doesn't have a dollar sign attached to it at all.
It's like Aaron Rodgers.
It's just like, we need a new stadium to keep up with the Joneses. Can you give us $45 billion?
It's like Aaron Rodgers right now. Nobody's saying anything, but everybody's saying something. Hey, I like it. I'm here for it.
I see no reason why you have to spend $12 billion.
No, I don't either.
And I was trying to find that number because I hadn't seen that number, but I don't see it in any of the articles that I don't have to pay to read.
To put it in context, too, Brian McClain on YouTube TV said the new Yankee Stadium in 2009 cost $1.5 billion to build.
Right.
And that's the most expensive baseball stadium. The A's don't have a reason to go $10.5 billion more.
I would tend to agree with you on that. 615-737-1045. 737-1045. So that's one money story. The other one's a lot funnier. The popsicle story is a lot cooler.
Yes, it is.
I'm a much bigger fan of the popsicle story than I am the Oakland Athletics
It's
relocation shakedown.
Much cooler.
Okay,
I
the
thought,
puns are flying.
I thought that's what you meant when you said it.
No. Nope.
There we go.
I wish I had, because it's clever. It's the kind of thing I would do.
Not this morning.
Nope. 615-737-1045. On Twitter at JMart and Ramon. Off and running on this Wednesday here on 104.5 The Zone.
The 3HL. We're just a little bit hangry.
Not getting enough snacks. I'm worried about you.
I need more snacks.
People.
The 3HL with Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. This afternoon starting at 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, it's Schaefer with JMart and Ramon. Baseball players may not get style points for home runs, but baseball bettors do. New BetMGM customers can turn $1 into $100 when someone goes yard during a game. Sign up for the BetMGM app using Schaefer100, and if you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Braves or Blue Jays, you'll get $100 if either team hits a home run. And after the baseball has left the park, there's no reason to leave your seat. Discover BetMGM's innovative parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code Schaefer100 to win $100 when you bet on the Braves or Blue Jays and either team hits a home run. Swing for the fences with BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. New customer offer. Paid in free bets. Must be 21 years or older. Must be in Tennessee to bet. Visit BetMGM.com for full list of terms and conditions. For problem gambling support, call the Tennessee Red Line, 800-889-9789.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
Find out what a guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's never been a better time to sell. The real estate market is on fire. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and I'm here to tell you, you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home fast with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Now is the time to sell your home, and we can help you get a quick sell and maximum profit. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, and receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. Our guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free. There's no showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. One of our clients, Rachel, said, "We received an all-cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate in 24 hours that was above market value. It was smooth, easy, and stress-free. I can't recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. There's no showings, no open houses, no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing."
855-299 sold.
Certain restrictions apply.
What's holding you back from solving your tax problems? If it's cost, know that the longer you wait, the more expensive it'll be. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm in Nashville. Tax resolution doesn't have to be expensive, and waiting year after year to resolve your tax problems can be extremely costly. Interest and penalties on your tax bill won't stop until you take control. So take the first step now and hire a tax resolution attorney to help you. Call me, Lance Drury. I'll tell you in advance an affordable fee which includes costs and expenses that works for your business and family. Your first visit to the Lance Drury Law Firm is free and confidential, so you have nothing to lose. But the longer you wait, the more interest and penalties you'll pay. Call me today. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. You need an attorney. You need us, the Lance Drury Law Firm. Call me, Lance Drury, at 615-733-8168 or go to LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
In any business or endeavor, it's hard to make it to the top. And once you do, staying at the top is so much harder. To be the best, the #1, the industry leader for over a decade is a loud and strong statement. At Genesis Diamonds, we are so honored that now for 11 years, we've been voted #1, best jewelry store and best place to buy an engagement ring. Not 1 year or 5 years, but an unheard of 11 years. A resounding vote of confidence for which we are so thankful. We're proud to be recognized as an industry leader, not just here, but across America, for providing our guests with an unparalleled selection, uncompromising quality, unrivaled customer care, unmatched warranties, and unbeatable value. And at Genesis, being at the top is never good enough. We refuse to be complacent. We challenge ourselves every day to be just a little bit better. It's our passion, our obligation, our commitment. Genesis Diamonds, always ready to assist you in celebrating your special moments. Green Hills and Cool Springs.
If you're over dealing with hair loss but think now's not the time to do something about it, you couldn't be more wrong. Now is the time to face it head on, and the expert staff of PAI Medical is ready to serve you. Not only is PAI on the cutting edge with the latest technology, but they have awesome financing options, making it affordable for anyone. Have your procedure and recover while you're still working from home. Call 615-376-6010 or go to WeGrowHair.com. All they do is hair, and they are the very best at it. Visit WeGrowHair.com today.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Arbor Art Tree Care can keep the bugs from eating your trees and shrubs, and they can also protect you from mosquitoes. With their customized mosquito and plant health care treatments, they can protect all things from bugs this spring. Call an insured certified arborist today at Arbor Art, 299-9999.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Smyrna, South Lowry Street, south of Sam Ridley Parkway, we've got an accident that has one lane closed in each direction. No problems coming in on 24 or 65. No unusual delays on 440 or 40. North of Dixon, Little Barton's Creek Road, east of Sladen, Marion Road, we've got an accident with emergency crews on the scene. This report brought to you by Tennessee 811. From Bristol to Memphis, if you have a digging project this spring, always call 811 first. Breaking utility lines is dangerous and can be deadly. No matter how big or small, one easy call to 811 alerts the utilities to mark their underground lines near your dig site. Call 811. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 1045 The Zone.
JMart and Ramon, 1045 The Zone. Glad to have you with us here to get your Wednesday morning started. Jason Martin, Ramon Foster, Jonathan Schaefer. Boys with you till 10 a.m. on Twitter at JMart and Ramon. So, what was your favorite popsicle growing up?
Popsicle. The red, white, and blue one was always pretty good. Or
Bomb
just
Pop?
Bomb Pop. Or a regular old just freeze pop. You know what I'm saying? In the long tube. That one's always pretty good. I would say something extravagant like the old like Taco Choco.
Yeah, Choco Tacos,
yeah,
Nutty Buddies. And
Nutty Buddies.
Drumsticks.
Yeah, Nutty Buddies, probably the OG Flavor Rights. Popsicle is always good. The stick one that you always see at cookouts and stuff like that. Those are always the best.
Mickey Mouse ice cream bars.
Mickey was cool. The Snickers ice cream bars always awesome.
There's a lot of good ones.
It is. The Nutty Buddy though, drumstick, yeah. That one's an easy go-to. Ice cream sandwich, if we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Easily. Okay. All right.
Klondike bars.
Those, man, as a kid, I probably only had those like 1 or 2 times because I was too infatuated with what the Nutty Buddy looked like or getting a Snickers one or something.
Now, now if you just want to eat great sugar, at least you get tasty sugar if you eat the Outshine bars.
What's that?
Fruit bars.
Oh, yeah. The fruit bar, yeah.
Push-ups.
Push-ups, always. The sherbet ones.
Yeah.
You remember
push-ups.
The
Flintstones.
Flintstones.
See, I had push-ups before the Flintstones. Had push-ups when they just had the dots on the side.
Oh, yes.
Cardboard deal with the red and blue and all that stuff.
I was in that world too, man.
Yeah.
100% in that world.
We saw Slay eat Dippin' Dots on Saturday.
I'm talking about hawked them down.
Came in there with a bag because it was in a bag. I always thought they were in little.
Yeah, they make them now. Where they pour them in a little plastic cup.
Look like space food or something.
I tell you what, between him and my son Miles, they would go through Dippin' Dots like nothing, man. And by the way, Dippin' Dots are cool. I understand why.
Never had a Dippin' Dot in my life.
Never had a Dippin' Dot.
And Slay's like, don't do it. It'll ruin your life. like he's giving me a scared straight and I'm in jail.
Like Dewey Cox, don't do this, Dewey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does it do? It just tastes awesome. That's basically what Ron was trying to tell you.
Schaefer, what's your ice cream of choice? Or your confection, your dessert confection of choice? Ice cream's that's a separate debate.
Yeah, ice cream is its own thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We have a restaurant up in Gallatin. There is a little Shake Shack place up there that has the cookie ice cream sandwich deal.
Oh, yeah.
You can't beat
Those
that.
things are fantastic.
Like the fresh baked cookie?
Yeah, the one.
It's like
yeah.
cookie with vanilla ice cream slammed in the middle of it and stuff like that.
It's at
Cookies
least
and cream or something.
3,000 calories, and you don't want to move
100%.
off the stool once you're done. But it's so worth it. I think it's called the Cookie Monster, but it's phenomenal.
My hands down go-to ice cream from just, if you ask me wrong, you can only have one ice cream all your life. From Dairy Queen, the Georgia Mud Fudge. Phenomenal. Brownie, pecans in it. It is.
I was a little more basic at Dairy Queen. I was just an Oreo Blizzard guy and then an M&M Blizzard guy or something like that. Like if I was going there, because unlike we can get into the physics of it all.
Yeah.
McFlurries, because McDonald's vanilla ice cream is one of the greatest things in all of just fast food.
When it's working.
When
it's working.
Yeah,
that's the problem. The other thing is the McFlurry uses that same ice cream, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting a pretty good deal, except that they only put the stuff on top. It never mixes through. You get to the bottom and you're just eating vanilla ice cream. Now, it's good vanilla ice cream, but you're like, why can't you do what Dairy Queen does where they hand it to you and turn it upside down and there's like all sorts of cookie in the bottom of it and everything like that? That's the way to do it here. A Sonic Blast,
Sonic Blast.
I'm still more a Dairy Queen guy.
Yeah, I'm not racing the Sonic for ice cream like that. But I'll tell you this, when they finally came out with like those, I'm not sure how long they had been out, but the Route 44s, Ocean Water, and all those cherry limeades, I just distinctly remember like in the 90s, it being a thing. And maybe it was the
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic.
Yeah,
the Route 44.
They had this strawberry slush that had pieces of strawberry in it.
Yeah.
That I used to get all the time when I decided I was gonna die by 40, and literally got one of those every afternoon. Biggest one, and it would take me through the afternoon to work, whatever job I was on at the time.
Yeah.
Really good. No, it's not how you're supposed to live your life.
Nah, that's a treat.
But yeah, ice pops and all of those things like. The ice cream truck back in the day when you were a kid mattered.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mickey Mouse ice cream bars. I think Mickey Mouse ice cream bars became my favorite because of the ears.
Because of the ears? Yeah. When we're at the baseball tournaments, you want to talk about capitalism? Every single time, at least during the hot months, the ice cream truck is coming through the parking lot. And you see kids' heads turn, adults too. Like, oh, you're here. Like, yes, I am. You get a concession stand that you got to overpay for and an ice cream truck in one weekend. Some people consider that win. Some people consider that highway robbery, Jay.
What I have not had is a SpongeBob SquarePants popsicle.
I didn't even know they were making those.
Me either, but I should have.
We should have. I had no idea. It's popular.
Now, I don't know if those are popsicles, if those are ice cream bars. Because I look at it, because I see the photo of the kid eating it with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know if this is ice cream or what, because it looks like yellow, white, red.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like a popsicle to me. It looks more like an ice cream bar. I'm going to have to look it up to figure out exactly how this confection is made. But Noah Bryant, how old is Noah Bryant?
What is he, 9, 10?
4-year-old.
He was 4?
4-year-old.
Come on.
From Brooklyn, New York. Accidentally, and I say that with air quotes, because when you're 4, nothing's an accident. Because you can get away with a lot.
He is.
He ordered accidentally 51 cases of SpongeBob SquarePants popsicles from his mom's Amazon account. That's 918 individual popsicles.
This is crazy, man.
$2,618 worth of popsicles.
Jay.
There was a time when I was a kid at daycare, and I'd just be like, that's the dream right there. That's the dream.
What's crazy about this? I tell Keisha this all the time. Whenever we're shopping at Sam's, and you go down the aisles, you see all the store like bulk candy. And all I can remember is when I was a kid, I was like, man, I can't wait till I'm grown. I'm buying all of this. I've yet to buy any of it, Jay.
There's giant bags of gummy worms and stuff like that. You're just like,
I'm buying it.
I don't think I can do that. As you get older, you're just like pushing kid you out the way. I'm going to get these almonds to get out of here.
Well, here's a kid that did what we never could do, Jason. How much again?
$2,618.85 worth of SpongeBob SquarePants popsicles.
I really got a lot of questions behind this. Who has that many popsicles in stock?
It's a fair question because I don't know how many are going out the door at a regular time, like combined.
Of one type of ice cream? Like, you got to think, how many would they sell in a day in the summer? Maybe 10, depending on, like, of that particular kind?
I know you can get them to you cold and all that. But see, then you've got to make sure you're at home on time. Because if you're getting them delivered in the summer and you're in like a warm area. Now, he's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And it's a time of year where they can stay cool. But can you imagine getting them and then getting $2,600 worth of melted SpongeBobs?
That's what I'm saying. Did it come on a freeze truck?
Like I said, I'm looking at them and I need to find out, like, is this marshmallow? Like, what exactly this is? Anyway, Amazon not taking them back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why, because Amazon's never turned down a return from me.
I'm talking about they have that printout slip every
Literally,
single
all
time.
you have to do is say defective.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
You be able to print out a return slip.
I mean, the hassle that it takes for them not to take it, they're just going to take it.
Yeah.
But apparently, 51 cases of SpongeBob popsicles they're not going to take back. 51. The mother, Jennifer Bryant, mother to 3 boys, full-time social work student at NYU. No idea how she was going to pay for $2,600 worth of popsicles.
No.
Since Amazon wouldn't take them back, which I still am kind of surprised by. So anyway, they set up a GoFundMe page, one of his classmates. And now they've raised over $25,000. More than 9 times the goal. So what happens to the rest of the money? Does that just go to them?
They pay taxes on it and
At
keep
which
it,
point,
man.
this is the smartest child ever?
That's what I'm saying. Look how happy he is in this picture. You see what Dylan Brown just said on YouTube TV?
Here we go. Listen to this. Yeah, I did see that. And we'll get to it here. As a parent to a child, all additional donations will go towards Noah's education and additional supports. We cannot thank you enough for the extra $21,500, $22,000, truly. Now, he is a child that has, he's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
So he has some degree of autism, according to the news article. But $2,618 worth of SpongeBob popsicles is the ultimate impulse buy.
Yeah.
Like, that's an impulse buy.
That is a big time.
For me, I get like 1 box of like Halo Top Pops, and I'm like, pushing a little bit today, but I'm going to take this $5.
No, exactly. This story is so genuine and just kind of cool.
Just real. So
I clicked on the profile in the article, and I'll put it in our Slack too. But the mom, her Instagram is amazing_MII, me, amazing me is her name. And she's posting a picture of him standing on top of the boxes with the SpongeBob ice cream pack. Like, and the location in a pineapple under the sea with SpongeBob. This is a great play right here.
Stop it, dark gal. Halo Top, someone showing Brentwood money.
And choosing violence, man. Wednesday brings it out of you.
I safely shop Halo Top too. I find out when it's on sale, and then I get like 4 or 5 pints of it.
They calling you out, Jay.
So the SpongeBob SquarePants popsicle is made by Popsicle brand, which is actually the one that me and my parents would still get. We get the sugar-free, the 3. It's grape cherry and orange, or the fudge sickles sometimes, or the creamsicles when they still made those sugar-free. But the SpongeBob SquarePants popsicle is a refreshing frozen fruit punch and cotton candy flavored treat.
Oh.
So it is a popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
1 bar has 14 grams of sugar in it and 25 grams of carbs. So really it could be worse. But it's 100 calories. I'm just trying to figure out how you would think that Amazon would have some kind of a trigger mechanism in their system where they send you an email and they say, "Are you sure?"
Mm-hmm. Nah. This is exactly what they want to.
We're not taking it back. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Somebody just wanted 51 cases. We need that space cleared over in the corner by the cooler.
Man, you got to think.
Send them out.
Bezos can't buy his super yacht that also has a baby yacht next to it with those type of restrictions, Jason. Come on, man. This man got to live. This is the top of the top when it comes down to it.
So I got to read. I wanted to read the reviews of it on Popsicle's website from people.
Impulse buys, man.
Yes. My sons love these popsicles, but the last 3 times we have purchased them, there have not been any gumball eyes. This can be pretty devastating to little kids. They taste great, but please remember to include gumballs.
They're not wrong.
You want to talk about a first world problem. That is hilarious.
Oh, man.
First off, I didn't know the eyes were gumballs.
I didn't either. The popsicle the kid has is actually pretty interesting, man. It's actually well put together, too. They're usually all like screwed faced up and stuff like that.
I love these, and so do my kids, but today I purchased these, and one of them was half a popsicle. As you can see, it had not been bitten or anything yet in the photo. My son was so disappointed. Of course, not for long because he still ate it, but y'all got to do better, guys. Also, my daughter said the gum tastes like plastic, but again, she still ate it. Ha, ha, ha. Have a good day.
As kids, it don't matter.
You know what? I'm not sure that needed to be written, whoever you are. And there's another person. The eyeballs there is an inconvenience. The eyeballs not being there is a letdown.
Clearly, the eyeballs.
Quality control in the SpongeBob popsicle plant lacking. But it got us to kind of just, we mentioned it being an impulse buy. We were just kind of sitting here and we were thinking about the dumbest, most preposterous impulse buys that we've ever had.
I got a few.
I've probably got one before the end of the day.
I got a few for sure. Yeti gets me every time.
Yet I have way too many cups and
Way
not
too
not
many.
enough beverages to drink.
If you're watching on YouTube TV, I have this.
You have you have a taller version of that too.
See what I'm saying? They're calling it lobster orange or whatever it is. This is clearly UT orange, okay? And they got me. Okay, they got me real good. And I bought it, and I got the wife one, and I'm just like, you know what, Mom? You got to do better, man. We got to do a whole lot better with this Yeti addiction that you got going on. Those Cole Haan shoes, and no lie, almost every late fall, Nike releases their new tracksuits and stuff like that.
You're a tracksuit guy?
I'm terrible. Like the fleece joggers, terrible. I'm talking about absolutely the horrendous with Nike. They get Nike, Yeti, and Cole Haans get me every single time. This my guilty indulgence. I can't lie.
I mean, I'm with you. Like, I've got a hydro flask and 4 Yetis.
Yeah.
I gave them out as groomsmen gifts at my wedding a few years ago as well, and of course got myself one amidst that time. I got Abby one. Now I gave you guys the JMart Ramon ones for Christmas. Now, those are different.
Mm-hmm.
If we had those in a merch shop, we would be selling those things. And coffee mugs is another one that's just kind of, I'm always looking for a coffee mug, but I realize I don't have anywhere near enough room for that. Like, not even close. What are you doing, Raymond Pfister?
Raymond Pfister.
Where did that even come from?
I have no idea.
JMart, what's your first reaction when CG swallows her first quarter, rock, marble, or magnet? What are we talking about here?
I have no idea.
We were talking about popsicles.
Talking about impulse buys and popsicles, man.
I bought 3 Nintendo Switches. I don't own any of them.
What?
At 3 different times, I'm like, I'm gonna get a Switch again. Then I realized I just don't have time, or I don't want to sit down and think too hard.
Yeah. Another impulse buy of mine, just because I wanted it, the PS5.
Yeah, I mean, I have a PS5 that I haven't done anywhere near as much with as I thought I was going to.
Nope.
Every day I look at it, I'm like, I'm going to play Miles Morales today. Never actually happens because I'm just sitting there streaming something, or I'm reading a book, or I'm just sitting there with my family, and I think I've hit that age where there's too many buttons.
I'm not there. I just used to be able to dedicate so much more time to my gaming that
Me too.
Now I can't do it at all. And here I am with this still highly sought after PS5. I don't even know if they're selling them in the stores yet.
Yeah, I've never just seen a box, but I'm sure they probably are. So what's the worst impulse buy that you've ever made? That's coming off of this popsicle story.
I got another big purchase.
I've got a bunch of them. 615-737-1045. 737-1045 on Twitter at JMart and Ramon. Your most embarrassing, or the one you regret the most maybe, or just the biggest swing that you've ever taken from the impulse buy. So we don't need I bought chapstick along with my groceries. I mean, I bought an iPad along with my groceries. Be right back. It's JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
We have a face for radio. Just you wait and see. Live on Twitch right now. 104.5 The Zone TV and 1045thezone.com.
Speaking of impulse buying, okay, buying or selling your car is still one of the biggest financial decisions you can make. But that's why Edmunds has been taking all the guesswork out of car shopping for over 50 years. Wherever you are in that process, Edmunds.com can help. They have tons of local listings for new and used vehicles with deal ratings that tell you if the offer is fair. And their free online tools can help you build your budget, calculate financing, or even get you a free appraisal if you are selling or trading in. Not sure where to start looking? The Edmunds editorial team drives over 300 new vehicles a year, reviewing almost every car on the market. So you can narrow down your search to their top-ranked SUV, truck, and more. And the thing about it, too, is everybody's looking for some type of car. You're trying to switch from a gas to an electric. You're trying to go from gas to diesel, diesel to gas, car to truck. Guess what? Edmunds has everything you need. And when you're looking for a price, guess what? Edmunds has a price checker that makes you feel confident with the price quotes you are getting. That is one of the most intimidating things ever. Going to that car lot, not knowing what you get and not knowing how much you spent. Edmunds can help you with this. So whether you're just browsing or know exactly what you want, Edmunds gives you that extra boost of confidence. Visit Edmunds.com to get started. For cars, there's Edmunds.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
I'm Mick McGoran
from 1 Hour Mick.
Was going to say 1 Hour Heating and Cooling, Ryan.
The home of Mick's Trifecta.
Our spring maintenance service.
3 times better than a tune-up.
Solid preventative work for your AC system.
The region's best value.
I guarantee it 3 different ways.
Guarantee number 1.
You'll save the cost on lower utility bills.
Guarantee number 2.
Your system won't break down for 6 months.
Final guarantee.
If you're not 100% delighted, I won't charge nothing.
1hourmick.com.
Always on time, or you don't pay a dime.
1hourmick.com.
Ryan, how do you get your voice to sound like that?
Oh, yes. Got it online. Give it a try.
Hello? Hello?
Takes a bit of practice.
Lots of mixed trifectas to do today. Think I'll get back to work.
We're getting back to work.
Independently owned and operated.
If you're thinking about buying or selling your home, now is the time. Hey, it's Mickey Ryan, and I'm here to tell you you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Sell your home with Mark Spain today. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, and receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. The guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. The Wall Street Journal named Mark Spain Real Estate the #1 real estate team in the U.S. for closed transactions. One of their clients, Tom, said, "We got a guaranteed offer with Mark Spain Real Estate in 24 hours and above market value. It was smooth, easy, and stress-free. I cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. The Mark Spain Real Estate guaranteed offer keeps you in control. It's that simple. Again, no showings, no open houses, no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Or call 855-299-SOLD.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Hillside Medical Clinic. Did you know that we can now effectively treat erectile dysfunction without pills, injections, or surgery? That means no more side effects. Hillside Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. A recent study stated that our technology is the new standard of care for ED. It's proven to restore blood flow where you want it, when you want it. Imagine getting that spontaneity back into the bedroom. We're the leading experts of this technology, with patients describing results as life-changing. If you're ready to put a stop to your erectile dysfunction, call us now, and not only will the exam, assessment, and blood flow ultrasound be free, but this week only, new patients get $300 off. This is an enormous amount of value. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction. Call us now to qualify. This promotion ends this week. 615-576-5000. That's 615-576-5000. Call Hillside Medical Clinic now. 615-576-5000.
Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna, has multiple openings for material handlers, full-time day, night, and weekend shifts, and part-time positions available as well. Drive offers jobs starting at $15.25 an hour, plus 2 increases in your first year. Medical insurance on day 1, $2,000 retention incentive, tuition reimbursement, opportunity for growth, and much more. Come join Drive today. Apply at jobs.tenneco.com. Drive, a division of Tenneco in Smyrna.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Woodbine, 24 westbound at 440. Police activity off on the right shoulder. Watch for slow traffic. Smyrna, South Lowry Street, south of Sam Ridley Parkway. We've got an accident. One lane blocked in each direction. No problems coming in on 40 or 65. No unusual delays on 440. We're accident-free on 840. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
JMart and Ramon, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors in Nashville. On Twitter at JMart and Ramon. Letting it roll here. Spartan 465. My impulse buy was 5 Star Wars Funko Pops when I needed to pay a bill. The good news is you have that Yoda sitting on a shelf somewhere right now. The big ones, which are $30 each, he said. So he paid $150 on Star Wars Funko Pops instead of paying a bill. So he's sitting there in the dark, but during the day he can see those.
What the what?
I didn't even know what that was, man.
You know what Funko Pops are?
Nah,
I used to have, I don't think I've ever had more than 15, but I kept like 4, and I've still got them. Oh, Lord. Let it go. So Mike is in Cleveland. Of course he is. Mike, what's up?
What's up, fam?
What's up?
What's going on?
Hey, everything is lovely. Y'all having a blessed morning so far?
Yes, indeed.
I know I'm good. Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, real quick before I get to my impulsive buy, I just got to give my daughter another shout out. She won all district. She won all district last night, man, on top of having a grand slam and a home run to, get Oakland the win the night before, man. So congratulations. Thank you for listening.
Nice.
I love you, baby. Yeah. But,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, man. But my impulsive buy, I'm going to tell you straight up, I got a problem buying survival gear, man. My old lady can tell you, but I got a corner in the dining room that's full of rope, batteries, just all kind of, it might seem useless, but it makes me feel good. But the worst one I got, and I never buy anything on Facebook because of this. They was advertising on Facebook a shovel that would turn into a knife and a fire starter and all this other stuff. I was like looking at it like, babe, I'm gonna get this. We're gonna need this one day. Man, it got to the house. That thing wasn't up by about a foot and a half long. It couldn't dig a dog poop, let alone some dirt. It was the worst thing ever, man. So if you're looking at that shovel on Facebook, don't buy it. Trust the cuzzo. I'm telling you, don't get it. Y'all stay blessed, man. Peace.
All right, Mike.
All right. I've got a question that stems out of that call.
You don't say.
There's several that stems out of that call. He's just dating his gal now.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be calling the gal that you're dating your old lady. I'm wondering when it's appropriate, if ever, to call your significant other your old lady.
If you're on stage doing stand-up with a brick background, you should call her a battle axe or an old lady.
Absolutely.
Depending on your age.
Look, if she's okay with it, fine.
But that's his terms, though. I feel like she understands my old lady.
I get it.
I get where he's coming from with that. Like,
I mean, it's not really even seen as it's not a negative.
Oh, no. It's just funny. It's just a very antiquated term.
It is.
It's just funny.
It is. You didn't call her an old maid. Josh and Dixon. That's a good card game. We're talking about card games, too, instead of sports. Josh and Dixon's next. Josh, go ahead.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good morning.
Morning. So about 3 years ago, I needed a new car. I had one, but it wasn't all that great. So impulsively, I bought the first car that I found, which is a 2009 Chevrolet Aveo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I paid $1,700 down, traded in the car I had, which they gave me about $1,200 for, and I still owe about $9,000 on this car.
Wow. There you go.
Wow. Hey, that is impulse right there. Cars, I've gone down that lane too. This is
I haven't because I've never had the money to impulse buy a car.
I'll be honest with you.
That's a problem I've never had before, quite frankly.
Bought a car, man.
A book that I might not read, yes, many times. I have a bunch of books. I can't wait to buy a new one, but there's like 5 at home I haven't read. Hats, yeah. At times I can have a bit of a hat problem.
I
No
used to
question
have
about
that.
it. I got a bit of a problem with like certain clothing brands. A few extra shirts I probably didn't need and stuff like that. But cars I don't just have spare just chilling, hanging around. Cousin Josh, you go to timeout. Cousin Josh on Twitter says, impulse buy I regret the most, my ex-wife.
That's
At least he said ex-wife.
I'm gonna tell you about my impulse buy after the break, man. This is it was 2 cars actually. Got it.
615-737-1045, 737-1045. There's at least one game that we know of that's about to be announced on Fox News. The first afternoon game, America's Game of the Week for Fox, that has leaked on Twitter. We'll tell you what that is. Today is NFL schedule release day, which means we're just kind of sitting around waiting because we know the teams, we don't know the order. That's the other thing that's fascinating. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're learning who you're playing. You're just learning when. That's what the schedule release is. So we will jump into that story. And maybe we'll talk a little bit more Tebow, but we'll see. Josh Ward coming up in 25 minutes from over in Knoxville. We'll talk Vols with him. Hour number 1 down, 3 still to go. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Blaine and Mickey understand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We understand.
Blaine and Mickey, this afternoon, 1 to 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, it's Ramon, and this is who you need to know when it comes to selling your home. It's Open Door. If you're thinking about selling your home, think about selling it to Open Door. Hundreds of thousands of people have already requested their offer through Open Door, and you can too. Go to opendoor.com, answer a few quick questions about your home, then complete a contact-free video walkthrough and get your offer in just a few steps. If you like that offer, you can sell your house directly to Open Door. No do-it-yourself repairs, no prep work, no showing. Who wants to do all that stuff anyway? I don't, okay? So I'm just going to throw that out there. You can get your offer, close when you're ready, and you can do it all online. Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer. Again, that's opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies, and Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage, Inc., license 02061130 in California, Open Door Brokerage, LLC, in its other markets.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. Bob Baffert is proving that the cover-up is often worse than the crime. When word broke that Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit had tested positive for the anti-inflammatory beta-methazone, the embattled trainer suggested the incriminating results may have been due to cross-contamination of some hay the horse ate. Right. Then Baffert blamed cancel culture, and yesterday he had a new story. Medina Spirit had suffered dermatitis and was treated with Otomax, an antifungal ointment that contains beta-methazone. Well, that's one way to cover up an illegal race day injection. Come on, Bob, it's now time to come clean, because you owe it to the breeders, the owners, and of course the betting public. Show us Medina Spirit's veterinary record. Let's see if and when this Otomax treatment was recorded. Then let's be hopeful that 14 months from now, a new federal regulatory agency can restore integrity to this disgraced sport. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. In fact, over 1 million homeowners took advantage of refinancing or buying a new home with Rocket Mortgage. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase again, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. With an official mortgage review from Rocket Mortgage, you'll see just how much money you could save by making a move right now. Don't look back over these next few weeks and wish that you had taken action. You could save hundreds on your mortgage payments or pay off your home loan earlier than planned. You could even take cash out of your home to pay off high-interest debt, complete home repairs, or bulk up on an emergency fund. When you want to secure a low rate, Rocket can.
Call 833-8ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with HeroLoan.com. The VA loan is one of the best benefits of being in the military. You can refinance and cash out up to 100% of your appraised home value and can close in as little as 14 days. VA rates are in the twos, and we're saving our clients hundreds, even thousands of dollars a month. Get the service that you deserve and apply online today at HeroLoan.com. That's HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
The wait is over. The live event you've been waiting for is here. Zac Brown Band, live. The Comeback Tour, October 17th, Bridgestone Arena. The multi-platinum, Grammy Award-winning Zac Brown Band with special guests Devin Dawson and Ashlyn Kraft. Tickets on sale this Friday at noon at LiveNation.com. Zac Brown Band. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com.
Spring is the time for the perfect proposal, and Brentwood Jewelry is here to help you pop the question. Let them help you take stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. Brentwood Jewelry, located in the heart of Brentwood on Church Street, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year. It's amazing because Discover is accepted at 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report limitations apply.
Did you know that Indeed has 135 skill tests to help you screen for the experience your company needs? Not frisbee throwing or whistling with your fingers, but essential skills like computer proficiency or customer service. Find your next great hire at Indeed.com/credit.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
May is National Barbecue and National Hamburger Month. Celebrate both with the Smokehouse Burger at Twin Peaks. We take a seasoned, smashed, and seared-to-order burger and top it with our favorite pulled pork, smoky sweet barbecue sauce, and chipotle mayo. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Smyrna, South Lowry Street. Watch for an accident south of San Ridley Parkway. That's got a lane blocked in each direction. Other than that, we're looking good this morning. No problems coming in on 24 or 40. No unusual delays on 65 or 440. This report brought to you by Haven Home Lighting Incorporated. Be smart when investing in outdoor lighting. Haven Lighting is an LED system that's controlled and programmed from your phone. Create your own on-off time, sync with sunsets, grades on lighting, and yes, even change color. So no tangled Christmas lights. HavenLighting.com. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Studios, Titans Radio releases the Titans schedule tonight at 7. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
It is 7:01. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. CBS has announced its Week 1 NFL TV schedule of local importance. Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals will be visiting the Tennessee Titans. Week 1, Nissan Stadium. That's Sunday, September 12th. That'll be a noon kickoff. Cardinals, Titans, Nissan Stadium, Sunday, September 12th at noon. Now, tonight, you can tune into 104.5 The Zone for 2 hours of exclusive coverage of the NFL schedule release with what hasn't been leaked yet, with Will Bowling and Lucas Panzica from 6 to 7, followed by Titans radio coverage beginning at 7 with Mike Keith. Blue Jays defeated the Braves yesterday 5-3. Braves dropped one game below 500 once again. Vanderbilt defeated North Alabama 3-2. UT beat Tennessee Tech 10-8 in college baseball. Grizzlies defeated the Mavs 133-104. John Morant, 24 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds for the Grizz. Memphis could still finish as high as the 8th seed in the West. And the Tennessee Volunteers football team, they've moved up their season opening game, taking on Bowling Green now on Thursday, September 2nd, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. That game will be on SEC Network. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 104.5 The Zone.
Hour number 2 of the program, JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. On Twitter at JMart and Ramon. Jason Martin, 11-year NFL veteran, involved for life, Ramon Foster. Jonathan Schaefer, boys with you until 10. Josh Ward from Knoxville coming up next segment. Well, only thing more ridiculous than schedule release in primetime is leaks early in the morning for week 1. But we kind of anticipated this with the networks wanting to get everything out. NFL on CBS schedule was completely released, including the Arizona Cardinals visiting Nashville to play the Tennessee Titans. I said Jets or Cardinals was my shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, I think Rondale Moore.
And J.J. Watt's social media team.
J.J. Watt is indeed coming to Nashville. Breaking news.
After he broke your hearts this offseason.
So Cardinals Titans, there it is. We don't know the rest of it yet. We'll know it all before the end of the evening, and we'll break it all down tomorrow. Rhett Bryan will join us from Titans Radio. Mike Keith will join us on Friday, and we'll talk to him about it as well. Oh, he's coming tomorrow?
He will be Thursday.
Oh.
Tomorrow will be David Beauclair, Mike Keith, and Rhett Bryan.
All right.
Rhett Bryan.
So a whole lot of Titans reaction to the schedule tomorrow on the show.
And the leaks are happening.
Yep.
They're happening.
I looked at one other game. And, hey, what do you think about Cardinals being the week 1 opponent? That's a little bit of a challenge for your defense, right? Because that's – if there's anything that you think that they're trying to do, it's give Kingsbury all the tools and give Kyler all the tools.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Kingsbury's a very good head coach. Never did. Never thought that was a good hire to begin with. But they've gone ahead and gotten weapons.
That's what I was going to say. The way they're surrounding themselves right now, does he have to be a really good coach right now? He's just got to be a really good manager. And
well, my prediction is he's out after this year.
You think he's out after this year? Almost one of those, was it Mark Jackson type of things with the way he did it in
no, because Mark
Golden
Jackson
State?
Was actually good. Cliff Kingsbury's trash.
You said he was actually good. This Kingsbury thing is really, you've said this for a while. Like, he's been hot garbage, and he just basically got the keys to the car for no reason whatsoever.
Like I said, he had Patrick Mahomes in college and had a losing record.
That says a lot about you.
Like, yeah, I know that's Patrick Mahomes became a lot better in the NFL and everything else, but Kingsbury couldn't get a head coaching job anywhere else other than the place where he played, and was the worst coach that school had in over 4 decades. And that led him, because he has Sean McVay on his phone, to a head coaching job in Arizona.
Wow. Well, we're going to see what he can do.
I mean, look, I don't want to see him lose his job if he's good. I hope he proves me wrong. I don't want to see a bunch of bad football teams out here. I just think they've underperformed, and his offense is supposed to be super prolific, and I haven't seen that.
So that's what I was going to say. You think that this all-season signing, what do you want to call it, just whatever it is, you think this is part of the reason that he knows his feet are hot right now as far as his job security?
I don't know.
Sign all these guys.
I don't know how he feels about his job. And look, maybe the Cardinals are going to leave him there for 5 years. If he goes 8-9, 9-8, whatever. I just kind of tend to think they're middle of the road, and they're in a very tough division. They're dealing with Russell Wilson. They're dealing with Matthew Stafford. They're dealing with San Francisco. They're dealing with maybe
Justin
Trey
Herbert?
Lance or certainly
No.
with,
That's AFC. Yeah, I'm tripping.
I guess Jimmy G at worst, but you're dealing with Kyle Shanahan's offense. Is what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So how much better are you going to be? Or are you going to end up dead last in that division again? And I think it's very possible you do. That division's going to be absolutely brutal. But so it's an important game for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the chances that here's a larger topic. I think the chances that either the Cardinals or the Titans end up a wild card are much more difficult to imagine, really, especially the Titans. the Titans' best chance to get into the playoffs, I think, this year is to win the division.
They're going to have to win a division.
Because wild card, I don't think that the Titans are going to stack up well against a lot of these other teams because the AFC is so deep. I would not count on being a wild card. I know it's easier. You win the division you're in anyway. But I think the easiest pathway is going to be able to win is to win the division because it's you or the Colts. Jacksonville is going to take a little bit of time, even if it works. Houston's an absolute dumpster fire. Yeah. But if you want to look at this, Week 1 division matchup, Jacksonville versus Houston. That screams, let's make sure the rookie wonderkin gets a win in his first game.
Yeah,
let's make sure the Jags look good in that first game because the Texans, nobody cares.
No, absolutely not. Just throw that one out there. Paint them across every news outlet you have, every sports channel, every radio show. How good did he look? Well, he's going against Houston right now. He's going to be good. At least we hope so. Anyway, they have a very solid offensive line. It's decent enough to be able to get the job done and protect them. Got 2 really good running backs. We know that for sure. Receiving core is still growing and learning, so he's got an opportunity. The defense is kind of suspect. And then they also have Tebow. Let me throw that out there. Okay.
What's wrong with
I'm
you,
done
man?
with choosing violence today, man. But, again, Jacksonville won't be as bad again. But, of course, Houston is just – I don't know what you want to call it. Are they starting Tyrod or are they starting the young rookie out of is it Stanford, right?
And by the way, the other thing we should mention about the Cardinals-Titans game, Malcolm Butler plays for Arizona.
Oh.
So he'll be right on back in the friendly confines.
Now that you really got – I mean, I ain't going to say you ain't got to worry about him, but he knows his defense to some degree. He knows his team, some tendencies. And it's the first game of the year. You got to think, he's got to go all the way through camp thinking about the Tennessee Titans. There's a little bit of edginess when it comes down to that, man. I'm looking forward to that matchup. And you know it's going to be a storyline too, Jace. Like, come on.
It's 2 teams that have playoff aspirations but have work to do and definitely have things that you saw about them last year that you know they need to get better at. And you obviously want to start your season off on the right path. What are you laughing at?
You see a quarter monster already. We dropped Malcolm Butler name. What'd he say? AJ is going to bully Malcolm. That's what we need. That's why this game is number 1 on the docket right now. Also seeing his offensive line go against J.J. Watt and how he moves around and trying to find Chandler Jones. They got their hands full, man. We don't know. I guarantee I'm calling it right now, Jay. Can I make a prediction? If Dylan Radins is the starting right tackle, guess what J.J. Watt's going to be rushing?
Going against the right tackle.
Going against the right tackle. Calling it right now.
He's a candy bar.
He's a candy bar.
Or at least that's what he's looking for out there.
That's what JJ's looking at. It's not to say Dylan Radins is a candy bar type where everybody want to bite out of, but JJ definitely going to get the first dibs at testing. That's more what it is.
Even if he's good, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie. And JJ likes to pick and choose his battles, man. To his point, I mean, this guy has been, NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 2 or 3 times? So he's got all that. He's got the right to do that. I just laugh at it because, hey, that's just me being petty again.
Here's a question. By the time we get to the schedule release, is everybody already going to know all of it?
Yeah.
Mike Tanier, our guy at Football Outsider, says, yeah, millions will still tune in, but the answer is yes.
Yeah, I'm still watching.
I mean, I'm probably not if I know the games.
I'm locked in. I'm at least looking at it on my phone for sure.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But the question is, if the schedule's out by 4 o'clock, are you watching a primetime event on television at 8 o'clock?
I'm not watching that. As far as like turning on the NFL, no. I'm going to follow it on my phone. Look at the schedule of the teams I want to follow.
I know we have a lot of coverage here on the zone, so maybe I'll have that in the background.
I'll be at the parks tonight, so yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing. It'll be on my phone. I'll be streaming it.
If I'm doing anything, I'm definitely listening to our coverage of it. But I do think it's interesting that it all gets leaked like so far in advance. Then what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just now football's the point where we can just sit and break down all these games. I mean, that's what we're going to do tomorrow on the show. We're going to look at the matchups and we're going to look at the order and we're going to try and figure things out. That's just kind of what it is. But yeah, DeAndre Hopkins week 1, cousin Justin Brinkley says, welcome to the NFL, Mr. Farley. You're hoping Farley's playing in that game.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
Secondary's
going
to be
it.
tested, though.
Secondary versus secondary. I mean, Buda Baker's on the other side over there, too. I mean, their defense ain't bad when you look at who they have on that side of the ball as far as Arizona. You got JJ, you got Chandler, you got Buda Baker, Malcolm Butler brings experience to them. They got some names. This offense, though, is going to be a huge test for this Titans offense. Todd Downing's first outing at home, though, you give him that. And this is the beauty of I hope this year has for us, Sujay, is crowds. Titans fans, will you be there also against the Arizona Cardinals?
I mean, of course, the answer to that question is going to be yes. We assume capacity is going to be much different, but that's where you get. Like, that's what you want. You want that week one. I imagine, especially a lot of people that didn't get to go to games last year because of the limited deal or you were still worried for whatever reason, I would imagine it's going to be well attended. It's not a division matchup. It's not even a conference matchup. But you don't get a chance to see Kyler too often. I mean, that's part of it, right? Like
being able to see the show.
Yeah, going to seeing some other potential superstars in the league, a number one draft pick come in. I could see. I don't know if I see a sellout or not.
That's a Spiro Ditas game.
I love this. You got a couple.
Adam
people.
Archuleta coming to town.
You stupid. Everybody's saying AJ is going to body.
Wait a second. Is Malcolm the number one corner on their team?
He may be.
That's bad. That
you said that's bad.
Well, I mean, I like Malcolm Butler, but that just means you don't have a whole lot of depth.
Talk your stuff then, Jay. Let it out, man. Don't let them hold you
Patrick
back.
Peterson used to be there. I mean, they used to have a lot of other guys that were around there.
He's in Minnesota right now.
I know. Malcolm
Butler.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good day, you would think, for A.J. Brown, potentially. Even though I thought Malcolm played well last year. 615-737-1045. That's the telephone number. Josh Ward, we'll go over to Knoxville. We'll talk a little bit of Vols, a little bit of SEC. What does moving the game to Thursday from Saturday mean for the University of Tennessee? That was news that came out yesterday. We'll talk to him about that. Also, plenty of time to get your thoughts on the week one opponent for the Titans. We'll figure out whether or not we know more of it before the end of the show because these things are coming out really, really fast this morning. We'll be right back. It's JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game.
But we're also preparing for a lot of winning.
Yes! Getting you ready for another Titan season. Everywhere you go.
Get you some!
Download the 104.5 The Zone app.
Hey, it's JMart. Nothing drives me more nuts when it happens than slow drains, clogged drains. You go to the store, you get the product. It doesn't seem to work the way that you want it to. These things are more than a nuisance, though. Clogged drains can cause costly damage to your home. And if you've tried everything like the stuff I'm just talking about, spend a couple of bucks, you pour that stuff down the drain. 3 days later, it doesn't even look like you've done anything. If you make it 3 days, you can't get that drain open. Call Lee Company. Right now, they're running a special to have one drain cleaned and professionally treated by their expert plumbers. $149 total. Dispatch fee is included. That's no muss, no fuss. No hidden costs, completely done. Lee Company does emergency calls as well for broken pipes, clogged toilets, you name it. Whatever your plumbing issues are, Lee Company has got you covered. So if you've got these clogged drains, take advantage of this. Again, one drain clean, professionally treated by their expert plumbers, $149. That's including the dispatch fee. Contact the plumbing experts at Lee Company today. You can reach them at 615-567-1000. That's 567-1000. Or online at leecompany.com. Again, that telephone number, 567-1000, or online at leecompany.com.
It's Ramon Foster. And guys, I got something special for you today, okay? If you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low T or something else, like sleep apnea, or even low thyroid. Schedule a complete health assessment at Low T Center. Now they offer a monitor self-inject at-home testosterone treatment for $135 a month. Self-pay or covered by most health insurance. So if you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have weight gain, and loss of muscle, go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Need some cash for that home improvement project or ready to wipe out all that credit card debt? Don Davenport here, and Loan Pronto is where you need to go to make it happen. With their zero-cost refi program, you can refinance your mortgage now and get cash out of your home's equity. People are doing this and getting checks for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Now that's a stimulus check. Rates are still super low, and Loan Pronto's all-digital platform makes it easy. They can cover your closing costs. Your home's value is up. That gives you access to lots of cash. Don't put this off. Refi now with Loan Pronto and be credit card debt-free for the summer. You can even skip your next couple of house payments. Get cash out now to fix up that home office or remodel your kitchen. Maybe build a pool. Call now. Ask about Loan Pronto zero-cost cash out refi at 615-499-5780 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, not available on all loans. If you are thinking about selling your home, oh wow, now is the time. This is Dawn Davenport, and I'm here to tell you that you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home stress-free with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Just sell your home with Mark Spain today. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. Their guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free with no showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. The Wall Street Journal named Mark Spain Real Estate #1 real estate team in the U.S. for closed transactions. It's that simple. The Mark Spain Real Estate guaranteed offer keeps you in control with no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing, or call 855-299-SOLD.
With Root Insurance, you have the power to control your own rates, all from an app. Root is a new type of car insurance that looks deeper than other insurers by using the sensors in your smartphone. Here's how it works. Just download the Root app, get on the road, and we'll take care of the rest. The app measures your driving behavior, things like braking, turning, and how much you drive. And you get a custom rate based primarily on your driving. The better you drive, the better your rate, which means good drivers could save hundreds. And this puts the power back where it belongs, in your hands. It's also easy to customize. The app walks you through each step so you know exactly what you're getting and get exactly what you need. It's car insurance made for you. Because good drivers deserve better rates, a better experience, and more control. Download the Root app today and see how easy car insurance can be. Disclaimers may apply. See joinroot.com for details.
The wait is over. The live event you've been waiting for is here. Zach Brown Band, live. The Comeback Tour, October 17th, Bridgestone Arena. The multi-platinum, Grammy Award-winning Zach Brown Band with special guests Devin Dawson and Ashlyn Kraft. Tickets on sale this Friday at noon at LiveNation.com. Zach Brown Band. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com.
Everyone knows that the real estate market is bananas. At the Home Loan Expert Office, we have a 21-day closing guarantee, and for first-time home buyers, when you close, you'll receive a $500 Home Depot gift card. TheHomeLoanExpert.com.
NMLS number 1326241.
If you're suffering with back pain, the Disc Center of Franklin is there to give you the relief you need. Hey, it's Mickey Ryan. The next 25 callers get an exam, x-rays, a complete review of findings, and first treatment for just $35. Call the Disc Center of Franklin now, 615-551-9224.
Spring is the time to reorganize your life, and Artisan Custom Closets can help. Closets, garages, laundry rooms, and more. They can customize the perfect solution for your space. Go to artisancustomclosets.com or call 615-800-2199 to set up your free home consultation today.
Is your company hiring? We can help. Invest in your workforce at tnjobfair.com.
Sounds Baseball is back. Catch the action at First Horizon Park tonight at 6:35 as the Nashville Sounds take on the St. Louis Cardinals affiliate. The first 1,000 fans to arrive will receive a 2021 Nashville Sounds magnet schedule, courtesy of Fox 17 News. Grab tickets today. Visit NashvilleSounds.com.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Smyrna, South Lowry Street, south of Sam Ridley Parkway. We've got an accident with one lane closed in each direction. Use caution. No problems coming in on 2465. No unusual delays on 40 or 440. If you are traveling to Memphis or further west, a reminder the 40 bridge over the Mississippi River is closed due to damage. Use 55 to continue across the river. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
J. Martin and Ramon, 104.5 is Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors here in Nashville. Jason Martin, 11-year NFL veteran involved for life. Ramon Foster, Jonathan Schaefer, 17-year pudding eating champion.
That's what I was going to say. 17 years runner-up in best legs in Bowling Green, too.
You got to put the pudding in the pudding pops.
Mm-hmm. Pac-12. I mean, I didn't really picture you as an Arizona State guy, but Arizona State pudding champion.
Oregon State.
Mm-hmm. Got it wrong. That's a demerit.
Beavers.
Oregon State.
That's a demerit in these things that never happen in Vegas.
Demerit.
We're on Twitter at JMart and Ramon. The entire Week 1 slate is now out, so we'll break some of that down for you. It will be Titans hosting the Arizona Cardinals. First game Tennessee has started. First home game they started a season with, I think, since 2017. So they've been on the road a lot to open the year. It's going to be right here this time around. We bring in Josh Ward. He's over in Knoxville from our sister station, WNML Sports Animal. What's going on, Josh?
Hey, good morning. Good to be on with you guys.
Morning.
So we had the schedule. The schedule's popping up for the NFL today, obviously. We saw Tennessee's schedule change. They're going to play on Thursday night on the SEC Network against Bowling Green. What's your reaction to moving the game up a couple of days?
Well, this is the kind of move that creates all kind of reaction, and you'll see fans on both sides. The early reaction I've seen has been overall positive. I think fans like the idea of prime time. There will be a little more exposure. I think we can overstate what the exposure will be with a game against Bowling Green on the SEC Network, but you're not going up against as much college football competition. There's no doubt about that. It will be more challenging for fans who live out of the area to get to the game on Thursday versus a Saturday. I think we all recognize that. They do have time to plan for that if that's what they want to do. But what I would say is Tennessee needs to go put up some points. If you are going to try to own that stage, you're going to sell, hey, here's an opportunity for recruits to see us and just people to be watching Tennessee more than they would 2 days later. Put up a bunch of points with this offense against Bowling Green and try to make a statement in the first game with Josh Heupel.
Is this like a public rehab also of Tennessee football to be able to do a game like this? Because that's the one thing I kind of see out of it is you can't really complain about national exposure when you're a nationally broken program.
Right, because it can go the other way. I mean, Tennessee's had some of these games where it got dicey, that Appalachian State game at the beginning of the 2016 season. So you don't want that. You don't want where the offense doesn't look as good as advertised going in, and all of a sudden you're in a fight in the third quarter against this kind of team. And yes, Tennessee is often in some kind of public rehabilitation program, and I think that's the case right now. So something to sell to recruits. You're hoping that by the time you get to September, over the last 3 months, June, July, and August, that with the dead period coming to an end and you're getting some face-to-face time that you've established some relationships, you're hoping to have more commitments. When we talk about the publicity and people being able to see you, a lot of that comes back to recruiting. So again, I think we can overstate. I don't know how many prospects are really going to be locked in for 4 quarters on a Thursday night when they have everything else going on in their lives for the Tennessee Bowling Green game, but it still can beat the alternative in that conversation. So make the most of it. If you're going to talk about rebranding the program and changing the image and catching up with what football is when it comes to offensive play, we'll go sell your offense against Bowling Green on that opener.
Josh, what is your sense right now, just watching it as closely as you do, of the program today? Like we don't know what it's going to look like in the fall. We've barely gotten to see anything so far, but just your assessment of Heupel and what he's done thus far, at least maybe going through the right motions, of Danny White, of just the state of that program at present.
Well, I think in the conversation behind the scenes, I think players legitimately like what they've seen so far. And I think a lot of players have bought in. It's probably never going to be 100% across the board. But when we've talked in the past, we talked about the locker room and trying to get that put back together and then establishing the relationship between the coaches and the players. And I think overall, so far, so good. Now, what does that mean in terms of translation onto the field, what the product's going to be? We've seen a few transfers announced they're coming into Tennessee over the last couple of weeks at positions of need on both sides of the ball. Let's see what happens at quarterback. Obviously, there's so much to get figured out. That's the number one item, though. Tennessee has to figure out what it has at quarterback, and I'm sure Josh Heupel wants to find his guy and have that guy be the quarterback all season long. Is that a veteran transfer in Hendon Hooker? He has a good chance, but Harrison Bailey is still in the mix, and now you have Joe Milton coming in, which has been the wild card that everybody has brought up that changes the conversation, obviously. And I think he's a legitimate candidate to be the starter. It's going to be difficult to win the job right away, but he's already been learning the playbook, and he'll come in and he'll be given an opportunity. They have to pare down those reps, though, at some point. So I think the offense is going to be good. I don't know that it's going to be great or what everybody expects. There's a reason they brought in Javonte Payton, because Josh Heupel said, yeah, we still probably need some help at wide receiver. While we have young talent, a lot of it is just potential. We haven't seen anybody prove anything on the field. Payton is a little bit more proven coming from Mississippi State. Defense is going to be a challenge. So my number one expectation, a lot of points. I think Tennessee will score points this year. I think Tennessee's opponents will score points in a lot of these games too.
If they happen to score a whole lot of points, this offense looks good. What does it do for this team? Does it kind of reset you as far as recruiting? I mean, what's the trickle down effect of Tennessee looking good on this Thursday night game?
Well, yeah, if you go back to recruiting, then you're going to go sell that to wide receivers that you're trying to target. You're going to say, hey, we have Taven Jackson on board. And I say that not knowing who they might get committed over the next 3 months before the season even begins. But assuming that you're still in these battles with some of these highly touted wide receivers and probably at running back, you're hoping to put some points on the board and say, hey, look at what we've done from where Tennessee was in 2019 and 2020, where Tennessee was near the bottom of the SEC offensively, and we've already started to make change. You can help us get to the top. That's the selling point to go along with everything else that comes with being at Tennessee. And I think from if you go in-house, if you want to talk about where things are with the program, there's still all kinds of questions with the NCAA and that's still hanging over the program. You want something to feel good about. So if Tennessee's putting points on the board and Tennessee is better offensively, just think about how different that can be than some of the conversations we've had over the last couple of years. If quarterback play is better, that would be a part of this too. In this past season, it was bad at 3-7. It was awful considering Tennessee's offensive issues. I mean, how brutal was that Kentucky game? How brutal was the second half against Arkansas? I mean, you guys saw it, right? So for fans, for the mood of the program, for the players, even if they have their ups and downs, if they're putting points on the board and they feel like, hey, we're at least in it because we can score, that changes, I think, the outlook, and it that will help with the continued effort to get players and everybody else to buy in.
Josh, what was your thoughts on Danny White, his comments where he kind of talked about fan negativity in the midst of a conversation about raising money? It seemed like I suggested that all he really needed to say was passionate instead of negative, and nobody would have taken it that way. Do you feel like he kind of stepped in it there, or was he just overly honest, or what was the consensus there after the fact?
Yeah, probably overly honest. To steal a line from him, he should probably just text that to a buddy and let his friends know, hey, I think they're a little too negative, because honestly, sometimes that might be the case. But these are also the people that you're going to go out and say, hey, we want you to come to the games and we want you to give us your money. We want you to be there and be supportive. And also, I think that comment multiple times, hearing about the fan negativity and how that can be a challenge for what Tennessee's trying to do. It can just send the wrong message or be taken the wrong way by a fan base that has felt beaten down and has felt like, hey, we've been here, we've been supporting, even if the energy wasn't channeled the right way every time, the overall goal is to try to get Tennessee football back to competing for championships. And it's been a long time since Tennessee fans have seen that. For Tennessee fans, we're talking about more than a decade. For Danny White, we're talking about just a few months. So I think that's what he needs to recognize. So I would halt that line. I would go to what you said, talk about the passion, talk about everything that they've had to deal with, and thank them for their support, and then say, hey, we want you. You can just flip it, say, channel that energy in a positive manner instead of saying, don't be negative, just tell them to be positive.
One thing that's been spoken about, the quarterback situation. I see where it says Heupel said these guys are working their way back in. As far as the suspended guys, where are we on Caden Salter and his competition? What can we kind of expect from him? Especially him being, I guess, what you want to call the high, the one guy we looked at in this recruiting class that could help out Tennessee soon.
Yeah, with Salter, I mentioned that Joe Milton's the wild card. I do think that's right away. I think Milton has a better chance to compete for the starting position immediately than Salter, just because Milton's older, more developed as a college player than Salter, who didn't go through spring practice because of the suspension. So I guess Salter would be like the play-in quarterback, as he would still like to get in the mix, and maybe that's something over the course of the season. The goal or the hope, I think, was for them to maybe be back around the team, at least in some kind of acclimation process at the end of spring, and obviously that didn't happen. So yeah, they're trying to work their way back in, but we know that Isaac Washington's leaving. So a couple of suspended players, Washington and Martavius French, who was a second-year linebacker, they could have used those guys, but they have moved on. So Salter is still somebody that I would not write off. You hope that this becomes a learning experience. I think we've talked about that before as well, that this is something where he looks and says, man, I really screwed up, but I'm going to get another opportunity, make the most of it. And then you just hope that the football evaluation is right, because Taven Jackson's going to come in next year and plan to beat out Caden Salter and jump over some of these guys. So yeah, Salter needs to keep that in mind. He may be the highly touted quarterback, but that can come and go very quickly. And then another key player among the suspended, Aaron Willis at linebacker, super talented, arguably the best player in the class of those guys remaining. And they need help at linebacker. So he would also be on that list. You hope that he can learn from the experience, that he doesn't make a mistake again, because you want to talk about need. Right. Tennessee needs him. They have a transfer in Juwan Mitchell coming in at linebacker, but that's only one player. They need several, and they need Aaron Willis to emerge. If you looked at talent on the roster, I know he's a newcomer, but Aaron Willis would rank very high.
WNML's Josh Ward joining us here on the show. So you mentioned guys leaving. Well, Henry To'oTo'o left officially, now in Alabama. What's fair for Vols fans in terms of how they feel about this? I mean, there were certainly some emotional reactions, and then there was the girl turned you down for the prom, and you're like, well, she wasn't that pretty anyway. He's not even going to get on the field at Alabama. But what's fair right now for the response to be for Henry To'oTo'o? I know you're disappointed, but it seems like it's more complicated than that.
Yeah, this is one where I would say text a buddy, don't tweet to Henry To'oTo'o. Leave the college players alone on Twitter. I know what I just said is easier said than done, and it's not going to happen. But here's how I look at it. There's the angle from Henry To'oTo'o. He's doing what he believes, and probably what his family believes is in his best interest, and that is going to a program that is established, that is proven, that is almost a lock for you, if you were good, to go succeed in college and then to the NFL. So the reason he chose Alabama is very obvious. Mm-hmm. From the fans' standpoint, Tennessee fans don't like Alabama. They don't want to see Alabama succeed, and they don't want to see Alabama get any more help, especially from one of their own, a guy that they've been pulling for over the last couple of years. So fans shouldn't like it, and fans shouldn't be happy. And I wouldn't say fans should be online congratulating Henry To'oTo'o either, because you're going to have to see him on the field most likely this upcoming fall. So I would just say recognize why Henry To'oTo'o went where he went, and be mad about it, be upset about it, but don't take it out on Henry To'oTo'o, because he's just trying to do what's best for him. And it's not the same situation, but it's not all that different from Cade Mays deciding he wanted to do what was best for him, and what his family decided was best for him to leave Georgia and go back to Tennessee. Tennessee needs more help. Alabama doesn't. And that's a big difference here. And fans are just tired of seeing the Tide continue to come out on top again with another player that they don't necessarily need. They'll just add to the list of really talented players on the roster.
When it comes down to this transfer portal, there was a report last night that Sean Schamberger is back in the transfer portal. Was there a place for him in Tennessee? Did he kind of axe himself off? I mean, what's to be made of this? Because right now he's just roaming without a home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and while Tennessee, I think, is in a pretty good position with its talent at the top in the secondary, they could still use more help. The thing with Sean, though, while I thought he would be a really key piece last year, and it just didn't work out, right. Probably for several reasons. I think it just came to where he was going to be moving on, and at no point over the last few months have I heard anything about Sean Schamberger potentially returning to Tennessee. That was the case, I think, at the end of last season when Jeremy Pruitt was still the coach, and then after Josh Heupel took over. So I think another thing that we'll see with this transfer portal is we'll see a number of players who are available where it's maybe in their best interest to move on. Maybe a school tells them, you know what, I don't know that we have a spot for you here. I don't know that it's the best fit, whether it's because of what the coaches evaluate or locker room or whatever the case might, academics. But it will be easier for a player to just move on and go somewhere else, as opposed to it kind of becoming an ugly situation publicly. You put your name in the transfer portal, you see what kind of opportunity you have, and both sides try to move on. I think there will be cases where Tennessee benefits from that, and I think there will be cases where Tennessee gets the short end there. But this transfer portal, they're all trying to get it figured out, and that includes the players themselves.
You mentioned earlier about the NCAA that, look, the cloud is still out there. Is there any sense at all of when we could actually get to the finish line on this thing and at least put it to bed and then move on to whether or not there are going to be sanctions, if it's going to be self-imposed. This thing feels like it has been going on forever, and we're still everything I hear, we're no closer to a resolution on it.
Right. That's what I hear too. And there isn't in terms of, is there an exact timeline or an expectation? And that's part of the issue with the NCAA. And in this case, you have Tennessee with its own investigation, and then the NCAA's involvement. And you probably have a number of people that are involved, at least in terms of their names being mentioned, and you're trying to figure out what went on, and you're trying to do that with coaches who no longer work at Tennessee. And Jeremy Pruitt's trying to get his money. Tennessee's trying to pay him nothing. So it's a complicated situation. And you're right, it feels like forever, and it may not be close to being over, but in Tennessee's best interest, I would say, if you can get something self-imposed and that at least helps move things along. Josh Heupel is still trying to answer questions, and he can only do so much. He can say, hey, this is all going to work out, and this is not going to be that big of a deal, or here's what we think is going to happen. But then an opposing coach can tell a recruit and say, yeah, this is actually going to be worse. They're not going to tell you how bad it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And around they go. So fans want answers. People within the building want answers. But Tennessee made this choice. Tennessee held a press conference to announce how bad things were under Jeremy Pruitt. And when that's the case, the NCAA is going to be very interested. And the NCAA goes at its own pace, and it has all kinds of things going on. So, maybe something's done by the end of the month in terms of the investigation and maybe some penalties that are self-imposed by Tennessee. Or maybe we're talking in 3 or 4 months about what's going on with the NCAA situation. When are we going to know about penalties? That's the real issue right now, is the unknown that Josh Heupel's trying to deal with.
This weekend, Tennessee baseball, who are ranked, I think, number 5, number 4 in some polls, versus number 1 Arkansas Razorbacks. It's going to be 100% capacity this weekend. What's to be expected from these guys as they are on a roll, too? It seems like basketball, baseball are doing their thing, at least on the men's side. Like, this is a huge game this weekend.
Yeah, this is a big deal with Arkansas coming to town. And it was really big a few weeks ago when Vanderbilt came to town. Yeah. And Vandy won the series. It was fun. Tennessee had the big Saturday. This almost feels like a bigger deal because of, number one, as you mentioned, Arkansas coming in, and also just a couple weeks to go here in the regular season. So Tennessee is playing to be the top team in the conference record-wise, and has a chance to be number 1 in the standings on both sides after this weekend, depending on how this series goes with Arkansas. And fans are excited. And also that 100% capacity is a big deal because fans, number one, feel like things are just getting back to normal. They want that. I think that'll be something we talk about a lot as we get closer to football season for sure. But this Tennessee baseball team is really good. That would be a big difference. This is a team, it's top 5. This team can go to the College World Series for the first time in 16 years. And fans have just wanted something like that. The basketball team was expected to make that kind of run, didn't work out. So now you pivot to the baseball team. They also just play with a kind of energy. This is a team that's bombs away at the plate, and they're a lot of fun to see. And Lindsey Nelson Stadium is going to be packed this weekend. So baseball doesn't typically carry the conversation. I wouldn't say that it's doing that right now, because we still come back to the football schedule is going to lead the conversation. And if Tennessee gets a basketball recruit, that will jump over baseball. But fans are into this right now. And these next couple of weeks leading into the postseason are going to be a lot of fun, starting with the final home series. This is closing it out at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. We don't know what's going to happen with the NCAA tournament. So that place is going to be rocking, I think, this weekend.
I was going to say one thing, Mon, and then you can ask that final question. It's like when we were in Knoxville a couple of weeks back, baseball merch was gone. Like we were in the ball shop and stuff like that. You were going to try to pick up something for one of your sons, and it was gone. Like it was completely 100% sold out. Mm-hmm. So I was surprised by that, Josh, just because college baseball, I mean, it's very, very niche. I mean, Vandy moves the needle here a little bit in Nashville, but that was something to see. I mean, the ball shop was completely sold out of all jerseys, so that had to be a positive for the university that people seem to be dialed in right now.
Yeah, the baseball gear looks pretty good too, right?
Yeah,
people love the creamsicle, so that's a big part. And something that I didn't mention that's a pretty obvious talking point as well is the fans really like Tony Vitello. You want to talk about buying into a coach as much as you can. Tennessee fans are buying into, and already have, Tony Vitello, and you can't almost have the baseball conversation about how good Tennessee is and what they're doing and how far they could go. Could they go to the College World Series without fans also asking, we're not going to lose Tony Vitello, are we? So that's a big part of this is Danny White going to take care of Vitello, make sure he gets what he wants with his contract, but also that he gets what he wants and what Tennessee baseball needs with facility upgrades with Lindsey Nelson Stadium. So you have both angles. You have the baseball team's really good. They're one of the best in the country, but also fans being a little bit nervous that won't continue. And I think Tony Vitello loves Tennessee and would love to stay. So selfishly, I hope that he does, because it gives us more to talk about this time of year in Knoxville.
And that's what I was going to ask you, was about him and about where Tennessee baseball is right now. Like Jason alluded to a second ago, like Vandy has their thing going on. Vandy Boys is a real movement. And Tennessee's top 5 right now as far as rankings. Like, is this something we can expect for years to come, or what's really leaning on this not happening or continuing to happen?
Yeah, I think if Tony Vitello is at Tennessee in the long run, then Tennessee baseball long term is a really good baseball team in the SEC, the best conference in the country, without a doubt. And it's because Tony Vitello is an elite recruiter. Look at what he's done the last few years, where he had to rebuild where the program was. So I don't think anybody's questioning his coaching. And if he can get the facility upgrades, which I just have to imagine would have to happen for him to stay long-term at Tennessee, that gives you even more potential for Tennessee to become a powerhouse baseball program. So as long as the resources are given to the coach to me has already proven that he can be one of the best. And other programs are going to call. They're going to call and they're going to offer big money because of what he's proven in Knoxville. So I hope to see it happen. I hope that Danny White gives Tony Vitello what he needs so that Tennessee fans can have something to pull for in the long run.
Josh, always a pleasure, man. Yeah. Great stuff. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. That's Josh Ward, WNML Sports Animal. Yeah, man, their uniforms are pretty sweet. They really are. But there were none. Just empty hangers. It's like tumbleweed. Empty hangers just blowing on it. Just like,
yeah. It wasn't even a game that weekend, man. Like, come on, man. But yeah, it's hot right now, man.
You will get nothing and like it.
You will get nothing and like it.
615-737-1045, 737-1045. The entire week 1 schedule is out. It's not going to be the Spiro game, Shafe. I'll say that before we get to break. Texans, Jags.
That's the Spiro.
Unless you don't want Spiro calling Trevor Lawrence's debut. That's the only thing that might change it. We'll come back. JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Opinionated, honest, and real. The 3HL with Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. This afternoon starting at 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
So every week, Genesis Diamonds gets new diamonds added to their massive inventory. These precious stones come from all over the world, places like India, Belgium, Israel. From the best diamond cutters in all sizes and shapes, rounds, princess cuts, emerald cuts, cushion cuts, from 1 carat to 10 and 15 carat diamonds. Whatever your budget, they've got a diamond for you. And these are not low-quality diamonds you see in corporate chain stores and on the internet. These are the best of the best. Genesis rejects about 9 out of every 10 diamonds they see. They are incredibly picky. The diamonds they reject, those are the ones you see at those online stores, the ones that are cloudy, the ones that are hazy, with all sorts of imperfections and blemishes. A Genesis diamond's got to have brilliance. It's got to sparkle. It's got to pop when she shows it off. When Abby shows off her ring, everybody talks about it. I've said it before. I become the third most important thing in that conversation. Everybody's looking at her, then they're looking at her ring, and then, unfortunately, a few sad souls end up looking at me. But you can tell a Genesis diamond by the way it perfectly reflects the light. So if you're getting engaged or celebrating an anniversary soon, don't make her settle for a lesser diamond. Get her the highest quality at Genesis. You're going to get the Genesis Guarantee best value price, and you're going to have the pride and confidence in knowing you didn't compromise on such an important purchase. It's a lot of money no matter where you go. You'd better get it right. You're going to get top quality service and top quality product from my jewelry store, Genesis Diamonds. Diamonds are just what they do. Green Hills and Cool Springs.
Mayday, Mayday! This may be hard to believe, but there are 4 amazing games making the rounds this May. Wow. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe not. But make no mistake, all 4 are sure to cause mayhem all May long. So don't wait and run the risk of being, well, dismayed.
Oh, man.
Make a major play today with new May Instant Games.
Nice.
If you're lucky, you may find yourself making it rain with a major amount of cash. New May Instant Games, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
You'd be amazed to learn what one Tennessee lottery ticket can lead to. For you, it could be lucky, but for others, it could open the door to so much more. With nearly $6 billion raised for education, the Tennessee Lottery has proudly funded over 1.5 million scholarships and grants, That means, on average, more than 130,000 Tennesseans every year continue their education just because you played. The Tennessee Education Lottery, game-changing, education-benefiting fun.
I've asked my little brother to stand on his head, balancing hungry Wolverine cubs. How much longer? Just 11 more minutes at All American Pest Control. Spending an extra 10 to 15 minutes makes our job more fun. And time flies when we're having fun. Right, Reese? Fun?
Our Pest Plus mosquito?
Starting at $39 a month.
Call All American Pest Control today.
615-209-9929.
Or learn more at our website.
Yuckbugs.com.
I love your new home. How did you find this neighborhood?
It's a Partners in Building neighborhood. There are 5 of them, all around Brentwood and Franklin. Our home is on an acre, but they have communities with 3 acres or even 5 acres.
Partners in Building, huh? They built this gorgeous home?
Partners in Building did everything. They designed the plans, helped us choose all the stuff, and every step went really smooth.
We've been thinking about building. How did you get started?
Easy. Go to partnersinbuilding.com or call 615-486-4009.
Getting ready for the big day? Come to Shane Company. We'd love to help you celebrate with picture-perfect jewelry. We have beautiful classic styles for the bride to wear, both on her wedding day and for the rest of her life. Unique fine jewelry with natural diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and cultured pearls. Looking for something blue? Shane Company has the most vibrant, colorful gemstones. Blue topaz, aquamarine, and blue sapphires in a range of shades. We have the largest selection of men's and women's wedding bands, and you can even personalize them. For the bridesmaids, get each of them a gemstone pendant that matches your wedding colors. For the groomsmen, consider tie clips or cufflinks. Shane Company can engrave their initials on each gift to make it even more personal. The jewelry that you and your bridal party wear at your wedding will be a lasting symbol of this important day.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
When you place a wager with William Hill Sportsbook, every sports moment is even more interesting. And we have a special offer to help you bet on all your favorite sports risk-free. Download the William Hill Sportsbook app, and when you sign up, you can get started with a risk-free bet of up to $500. Use promo code RadioRF.
Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Paid and free bets. New users only. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Let's make it interesting with William Hill Sportsbook.
When you hear the word opportunity, most of us think of something good. But opportunity can also be bad, especially when it comes to the security of your home or workplace. The bad guys are always looking for an opportunity to break in. I'm Shooter Stein, president of NCA, National Certified Alarms. During the warmer months, most people are away from their homes at sporting events, cookouts with friends, or even on vacation. The typical thief is inside a home for about 8 to 10 minutes. So now's the time to take a look and be sure you are safe and secure. At NCA, we don't have long-term contracts. All of our agreements are just month to month, and we're locally owned so that you talk to people you know, not to out-of-town strangers. Our landline alarm monitoring starts at just $9.95 a month, and wireless monitoring starts at just $19.95 a month. Call us today at 615-777-7NCA. That's 615-777-7622. Or visit us online at nca.cc. License number 645.
VA interest rates can be up to a full point lower than conventional loans, saving you hundreds of dollars a month. Get the service that you deserve and apply online today at HeroLoan.com. That's only way to VA.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Jolton, 24 eastbound at Whites Creek Pike, we've got reports of a crash. 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane, there's an accident. Hermitage, Lebanon Pike, westbound at Old Hickory Boulevard, we've also got reports of an accident. And Murfreesboro, New Salem Highway, a crash north of 24. No problems on 65 or 840. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football, 104.5 The Zone.
J. Martin and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors here in Nashville. Titans, Cardinals. Titans hosting their first opener since 2017. So that's what we know. We know the entire week 1 schedule. The background question today, off of the 4-year-old buying 51 cases of SpongeBob popsicles, $2,600 worth, and now a GoFundMe that's raised like $24,000.
Kid won 2 times personally.
Was what's your worst impulse buy? I think I might have chosen violence.
Yeah, you chose violence.
I think I might have chosen violence.
I'm going to just say mine on air. It wasn't the worst because I enjoyed it, but I ended up getting the wife a new Ford Explorer. This is like in 2014. Kind of know the dealer really, really good, and he had this Ford Mustang on the lot.
So you picked that up also?
I picked it up.
Come on, man. Dude, I sometimes pick up like Icebreakers gum, Altoids. You're like, I was buying her a car. I decided, yeah, I'll buy that Mustang too.
The price was right. I can't lie. Oh my God. I kept the car, I think, for like maybe 10 months too before I got rid of it. I ain't gonna lie. All my brothers drove the car more than I actually did. I just always wanted a Ford Mustang, man, until I realized this car is one, the back end goes out really, really quick as far as whenever you're driving fast. It was a 5.0 California Special with the glass top, man. It was a bad boy. God, I love that car. Kept it for 10 months. Ended up like.
I was about to say, how long did you keep it, that car that you were in love with?
I kept it for 10 months, man, if that long. And
it's
I
like
ain't
a
even
middle school relationship.
Yes, no, maybe. It was a yes for sure. But I ended up getting the Ford Mustang. Love that car.
What was your longest middle school relationship? There's another question. There's just a toss out there.
I don't even know if I
think mine was 3 days, and I realized, no, you know what? Brenda's not the right one for me.
Nah, I'd probably 3-4 months, if anything. Like, what are middle school relationships? Nowadays, texting, back then, saying hello at school.
Fortune tellers.
Yeah, that's it. Fortune tellers. That was it. Sending the
random things with notebook paper.
That was it.
To avoid paying attention in geometry.
Buying a snack at lunch or something for them. Like, that's it.
I got you a slice of pizza and a cup of fries.
Nervously.
That's 90 cents.
Nervously calling their house at like 7 o'clock at night to see if you can talk to them.
That's the Kane prime of middle school is I got you a cup of fries. I got you a tea. And I got you a slice.
90 cents, baby. Keep my dime for tomorrow in case I want an extra milk.
And then if she talks back, it's just like, well, don't expect to get fries tomorrow.
No. Hey, man. But, yeah, that's probably one of my biggest. I almost bought a boat one time, too.
Of course you did. 615-737-1045. Your biggest impulse buy. Tweet us your thoughts at JMart and Ramon. I see Cousin Andrew has a thought about his impulse buy on line 1. Do I need to put out the line that I put on Twitter?
Kiss my ass.
Send it to break?
You might, yeah.
So the question was asked at JMart Ramon. That's where you can respond on that thread is what's the biggest, most expensive impulse buy you've ever made? And I said with the 29th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Isaiah Wilson, tackle, Georgia.
When it comes to Titans football, the Blaine and Mickey podcast is off the charts.
The top of the charts of the charts of the charts. Yeah.
Subscribe to Blaine and Mickey wherever you get your podcasts to get the best on Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
This is Boomer Science with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program at netsuite.com/golf. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Hall of Famer Johnny Busick. For the past 64 years, the former left-winger has been a member of the Boston Bruins family as a player, captain, broadcaster, administrator, and ambassador. One of the most beloved Bruins of all time, Busick played 1,540 NHL games between 1955 and 1978. He spent his first 2 years with Detroit before arriving in Boston on June 10, 1957, in a trade for legendary goalie Terry Sawchuk. Busick scored 556 goals and had 813 assists during his 23-season career. For years now, the two-time Stanley Cup champion has served as the unofficial mayor of the Bruins alumni suite at TD Garden during the COVID-constrained season. Busick has attended every single home game. So happy 86th birthday to the Chief on Boomer Esiason.
How come I can't get my car looking like that? Oh, hey, how is it going? Car looks great.
Thanks. Just put another coat on it.
Coat of?
Graphene nanospray coating from 303. It brings the paint to life, but also protects it.
Gotta be expensive.
Not a chance. Plus, you get a year of protection, and the water beating is crazy. Have a good one.
You too. Guess I know what I'm doing this weekend.
The new 303 Graphene Nano Spray Coating. Available now at Advance Auto Parts and Pep Boys.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra250 for more details.
Guys, listen up. Have you been struggling with ED? Well, I have great news. There's finally a treatment for ED that does not require pills, injections, or surgery. This is a medical breakthrough. Hillside Medical Clinic provides the most advanced form of acoustic wave therapy designed to improve blood flow and reverse ED and restore natural performance in the bedroom. This form of treatment has been studied extensively and proven to be extremely effective in the treatment of ED for all ages. If you want to put a stop to your ED and restore natural spontaneity in the bedroom, this could truly be a game changer. Call Hillside Medical Clinic right now for a special offer that includes a free exam and consultation with a medical doctor, a free blood flow ultrasound, and a special gift that produces instant results in the bedroom. A $500 value, all free. Call now, 615-576-5000. That's 615-576-5000. Hillside Medical Clinic, 615-576-5000.
Cisco Nashville is hiring CDL Class A delivery truck drivers. Cisco is the #1 food service supplier in North America, and delivery drivers are the face of Cisco service. Drivers will have daily routes in the area and are home every night. Qualified applicants can get a sign-on bonus and immediate medical and prescription coverage. Other benefits include paid vacation, medical and dental, as well as a generous retirement benefits. Apply online at careers.sysco.com. That's careers.sysco.com. SYSCO is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you in the market for a garage, storage shed, or pole barn? Enter Affordable Building Concepts. These guys have been serving the Nashville area for 20 years and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They are licensed, bonded, and insured, so rest easy. Need a carport, new fence, deck, or a patio cover? Call them for your free on-site consultation, 615-594-5587, or visit affordable-buildings.com, 615-594-5587. Affordable Building Concepts, your backyard builders.
Hey, it's JMart. It's easy to find chicken salad, yeah, but it's really tricky to find great chicken salad. But if you walk into an Arby's today, I guarantee your search is over, because backed by popular demand, Arby's has their delicious pecan chicken salad sandwich. You can go get it right now, but you better hurry. We're talking real chicken salad here, where the grapes, where the apples, where the celery are all sliced fresh right in the restaurant. Man, I'm getting hungry, but this is for a limited time. You got to take advantage of this while you can. The pecan chicken salad sandwich is back, folks. This offer available for a limited time at participating locations, and while supplies last, only at Arby's. We have the meats.
How did y'all do it? My husband and I have been all over the county looking for the right place to build our custom home.
It was easy. We just went to Partners in Building.
Partners in Building?
Yes, Partners in Building. They're one of the biggest custom builders in the South. We went to their model in Belterra on Concord Road, about a mile east of Wilson Pike. They have these enclave communities with lots of an acre or more all around Brentwood and Franklin.
That does sound like what we're looking for.
Then it's time to go to partnersinbuilding.com or call 615-486-4009.
Due to a shortage of new and used vehicles, prices are much higher than they were just a year ago. Some may even tell you now is not the time to buy a vehicle. But at Music City Autoplex, they have actively increased their inventory and selection. They believe that if you're going to buy a vehicle now, you should still be able to get what you want at some of the lowest prices in the market. Biggest inventory, best selection, best prices. When you compare, it's obvious why Music City Autoplex is the uncommon dealership. Go to MusicCityAutoplex.com or visit in person, 2430 Gallatin Pike North.
The VA loan is one of the best benefits of being in the military. You can buy a house with no money down, and there's almost never a loan limit on VA loans. Get the service that you deserve and apply online today at HeroLoan.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
America's favorite car show returns to Nashville for 3 big days of hot rodding fun. And 1045 The Zone has your chance to win tickets. Visit 1045thezone.com today and sign up for your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the The Good Guys 15th Nashville Nationals at Nissan Stadium May 28th through 30th. Celebrate a huge weekend of hot rodding fun at America's favorite car show this Memorial Day weekend at The Good Guys 15th Nashville Nationals.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
Murfreesboro, watch for stop traffic. New Salem Highway north of 24 due to a crash. 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane. We've got an accident. Hermitage, Lebanon Pike. Watch for an accident westbound at Old Hickory Boulevard and Jolton. 24 eastbound after Whites Creek Pike. A crash with emergency crews on the scene. This report brought to you by Panera. At Panera, dinner is hot and ready to serve. Grab the creamy mac and cheese in a bread bowl, the classic bacon turkey Bravo sandwich, or try the new Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza. Order for dinner tonight with delivery or pickup. Availability and pricing may vary. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
Your home for Titans in Falls football. 104.5 The Zone. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. A Cumulus station. Trending now at 104.5 The Zone.
It is 8:03. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. The Week 1 NFL schedule has been announced through their TV partners. Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals will visit the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium Sunday, September 12th. That will be a noon kickoff. The first season home opener for the Titans since 2017. The league's season opening game will be a Thursday night, September 9th. The defending champion Tampa Bay Bucks will be hosting the Dallas Cowboys. You can tune into 104.5 The Zone for 2 hours of exclusive coverage of the NFL schedule released tonight. Will Bowling and Lucas Panzica from 6 to 7, followed by Titans radio coverage beginning at 7 o'clock. Tennessee Volunteers have moved up their season opening football game. The Vols will face Bowling Green on Thursday, September 2nd at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on SEC Network. Baseball, Blue Jays defeated the Braves 5-3. Braves dropped one game below 500 on the season. In college baseball, Vanderbilt defeated North Alabama 3-2 yesterday. UT beat Tennessee Tech 10-8. Grizzlies defeated the Mavs 133-104. John Morant, 24 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Memphis could still finish as high as the 8th seed in the West. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 104.5 The Zone.
Third hour of the program, J. Martin and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors here in Nashville. 150 years residential, commercial experience in the industry. If you combine everybody there, they know what they're doing. All four, the number four, allfourseasonsgarages.com/Nashville to learn more. Jeff Jarrett, our pal, will join us next hour. We'll talk about the My World podcast and who knows what else. Shenanigans with Double J. Also, Inky Johnson, midweek motivation to finish this up today on this Wednesday. Schedule's out for week 1. Titans, Cardinals. Here's what I was doing over the last few breaks, was looking at the draft grades for the Cardinals this year and what they did. And it seems like most people didn't like it. Kuiper gave it a B-, but that was one of the highest ones I could find.
Yeah.
Most of them were in the C's. There's at least one guy that said the Cardinals' best pick was an O-lineman in the 7th round. Didn't like anything else that they did. Looks like they have 2 potential impact players. Rondale Moore, the wide receiver who's actually 3 inches shorter than Kyler Murray, if you can believe that. And Zaven Collins, the linebacker out of Tulsa, who they also believed he was taken at 16. Most people thought that was about 10 spots sooner than he should have gone, but whatever. If they liked him and he fit their scheme, you go ahead and take him. But you look at some of the other guys, Florida cornerback Marco Wilson, some people like him. But reading this from Eric Edholm at Yahoo, landing an experienced SEC corner with good athletic traits in round 4 might sound like a win, but Wilson's roller coaster career leaves some real questions in his evaluation, beset by poor techniques, a slew of injuries, and at times a lack of football IQ and awareness. Ouch.
They had a knock on him, too. Just hearing other people talk about him, he weighed in, I think, is like 260-something, maybe 250-something at his pro day or whenever it was, he had a medical recheck. I think he ended up weighing like 270-ish. So he like gained weight pretty good. He gonna mess around and end up being an outside Russian and linebacker. It's something that a lot of guys always struggle with, something whether it's keeping weight or keeping weight on or off. So it's nothing new. I'm sure they didn't see that happening that quick, that soon. But he probably took a break for a little while. I'm sure he's back in shape now, though.
Cousin Andrew's in Portland. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, fellas. During the break, I was scrolling through the comments on this topic of the impulse buy, and I saw cousin Josh choosing violence, saying his ex-wife. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was
I'm not going to blow that one out here, but I will go back. But when I got back from my deployment in 2010, I said, you know what? I got all this money tax-free. By the way, it was less than minimum wage. I found out after doing the numbers after this stupid impulse buy. But I went out and I upgraded my truck from a Chevy Colorado to a brand new Nissan Titan V8, the works. And, of course, I'm sure my dad's going to call because he's the I told you so guy, and he did. When I found out that this thing took $60 to $70 of my money every week to fill it up, boys, I didn't do my homework, and that was one of the most expensive impulse buys. I'll go ahead and tell you, I traded that sucker in about 3 months later for a Nissan Altima. Smarter decision. So, you make mistakes, you learn from them. Unfortunately, that one was a pretty hefty mistake. So that's what I got for you, boys. Have a good one.
All right, you too. See, impulse buy coming off the topic of 51 cases of SpongeBob popsicles being bought by a 4-year-old, quote, accidentally, unquote, on Amazon, and they're not taking them back. But now they've made over $24,000 in a GoFundMe that was set up by a classmate's family or something like that. And they said they're just going to put that towards its education and stuff. So here's what you're educated about. You can make mistakes in life and pay off $23,000 on top of it.
Kid, he won twice. Because you said it's going to the money they're raising is going towards his education. That is freaking phenomenal.
Two-tone Fat. Most recent impulse purchase was our Sleep Number beds. Bought our king and a full for our 12-year-old. I wish I've always wanted to try Sleep Number, but I
get a discount on that actually. Holler at me after the show for real. The NFL has its perks,
I know a
man.
guy.
The NFL has its perks.
I know a guy.
The Sleep Number. Hey, he ain't wrong. I actually saw a show where somebody said they ended up getting a divorce. And guess what the husband wanted out of it? The Sleep Number bed. That's all he wanted. He's like, I got to have the Sleep Number bed. He was like, I'll pay you the alimony and all that stuff, but I get to keep the bed.
Because of Mike about your car situation. Buying a car on impulse ain't even first world. That's a 1% problem.
I'm going to be real with y'all. I've done some stuff and some things, man. Another one of my impulse buys, and it was just the thing to do. I bought an iced out Rolex. It wasn't like the full bracelet like with diamonds in it, but I had like diamonds around the bezel or whatever. And I was in places where I had this watch on, and it's like a trophy, man. I was like, you know what? If I gotta tuck my sleeve and like hide this Rolex that I worked so hard for, then I probably shouldn't have the diamonds in it. So I ended up trading it out, man.
That's some Hendersonville money.
Stop. That's Brentwood.
Rivergate money.
I'm displaced right now. That's all it is. But I end up trading out the watch. I end up getting a plain Jane gold one with just a necklace.
That's that exit 95 money right
New
there.
Shacko Island money.
Nobody needs iced out jewelry like that. Well, I don't. I know a lot of people do. It's the thing to do. But I end up buying a diamond studded Rolex, man. Crazy impulse buy.
And you don't have it anymore?
I got a Rolex, but I don't have the diamonds, and it was too gaudy for me, man. I'm a simple dude. I say that by almost buying a boat.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, they're very simple people with 4 Christmas trees.
Don't get on the Christmas trees, man.
Very simple people with drone views from their house on the hill.
DJI sells a very nice drone, man.
Carefully manicured lawn.
Hey,
which
by
looks
the way,
beautiful, by the way.
I meant to bring this up to y'all. My Hendersonville resident neighbors, did a helicopter hover over y'all house last night?
I don't. If it did, I didn't know about it.
I'm
there
searching.
have been one?
Dog, I'm telling you, there was a helicopter last night, and I text my neighbor. I'm like, hey, Shad, like, is there a helicopter over? He was like, dude, I hear it. Like, it was legitimately, like, rumbling in the house. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? And I'm searching everywhere. I don't know if there was a drill somewhere or what, but, like, there was a freaking helicopter hovering last night, dog. And I'm in the bed like, what is going on out here?
They figured you out, man.
Heck no, they didn't. I had to go to the safe real quick. Like, hey.
What are you hiding in those lemons?
They better have fertilized my lemons is what needed to happen. Hey, if y'all knew what was going on in Hendersonville last night, holla at your boy. I couldn't figure that out. Ron, get off of YouTube TV
Yeah, he's
right
on
now.
YouTube TV with Can't Hide Money, baby. Zach Fee on Twitch this morning watching 104.5 Zone TV says Air Maxes, huge issue with purchasing these.
Yeah. Shoes is another impulse. Oh, my God. Don't get me started.
Well,
dude, you in the shoes?
I'm still looking at the one pair of shoes I have a bid on StockX. I don't think I'm gonna end up with them, but I'm just leaving it sitting there.
Leaving it
I
there?
could go buy it right now, but I'm not doing that. There's a number that I'm not going over, and that's it.
Is it an impulse buy if you wait to buy it, knowing you're going to buy it anyway?
What do you mean?
Because you're waiting to get them.
It's not really an impulse buy.
Okay.
I've always wanted a pair of J's, and I've never had one. Mickey and I both had this conversation recently. So I looked at those Georgetown ones, which I like, the threes. Maybe that's what I end up with because these, for some reason, keep going up even though I have the highest bid. So I don't really understand how it works.
Why you hadn't gotten them yet? I guess the seller got to accept your bid.
Well, yeah, the seller does have to accept. But so I guess that's just what it is. Dallas Elfman on YouTube says, do we have an update on Deshaun Watson? I saw somebody put up in one of the chats, one of our chats at 104.5 Zone TV, that New York Times is reporting Rusty Hardin's anticipating a criminal indictment within the next couple of weeks, and he's hired Alan Dershowitz and a couple of other high-powered attorneys to join their legal team.
Deshaun has?
Well, Rusty Hardin's bringing him on.
Dang.
But I've been trying to find that somewhere else.
I've been searching for it.
I have not seen it anywhere. So I don't know whether or not what I just told you is accurate. That's why we really haven't gone more into it. I will say that Rich Eisen had a really interesting point about that.
He did.
A couple of days ago. We will talk about that, as a matter of fact. Let's get to break. We'll talk about that on the other side of this. Why is it that it's become awfully quiet on the Deshaun Watson front? And he also ties that in to the Aaron Rodgers story as well. So we'll continue there. Also, your thoughts all morning long on what you think of the Cardinals being the opener for the Titans. Do you like that? Do you not like that? How do you feel about that matchup? Remember, schedule release, we're going to know all 17 weeks, or all 18 weeks with 17 games by the end of tonight. Full zone coverage. You'll have Will and Lucas for an hour. Then you'll have Titans Radio for a couple of hours as well, breaking it down. Then tomorrow we're going to break it all down top to bottom. But when we come back, what Eisen said about Watson is very interesting. We'll be right back. It's J. Martin and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
This is where casual fans become crazy fanatics.
Oh, my! Okay.
From NFL Draft Day to the first game, we are the Titans station. 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, it's J. Mart. Next time you're at home, I want you to look around, see if you happen to notice doors and windows sticking, cracks in your masonry, Bowen basement wall, chimneys leaning, your concrete is cracking. All of these could be serious. They could be signs of a possible foundation issue with your home. And when it comes to foundation repair, you need experts. You need people that are going to do it right, tell you what's going on, and not charge you an arm and a leg to get the job fixed. Nobody does it better when it comes to all of that than United Structural Systems. USS has served Middle Tennessee for over 25 years, A+ rating with a Better Business Bureau, locally owned, not a franchise, impeccable reputation. USS can come out, customize a solution for you and your family for every homeowner they service, depending on your specific needs. That's the benefit of not being a franchise and having local ownership. United Structural Systems give you a detailed free estimate before you ever have to make a decision. As always, you don't pay a dime until that work is completely done and you are happy. But I can promise you're going to be over 19,000 satisfied customers and counting. Can tell you, you're going to feel good when you place that phone call to United Structural Systems. Get that free estimate and take care of what might be going on with your home. Here's the telephone number, 615-227-2275. That's 227-2275, or online at ussTN.com, United Structural Systems.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. The housing market rush of 2021 isn't showing any signs of slowing down. There's almost no inventory, and it's getting even tougher to get that winning offer. You need a strong mortgage lender who will work with you to get your offer accepted. Don't let the wrong lender cost you the home of your dreams. The 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Find out what a guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's never been a better time to sell. The real estate market is on fire. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and I'm here to tell you, you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home fast with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Now is the time to sell your home, and we can help you get a quick sell and maximum profit. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, and receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. Our guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free. There's no showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. One of our clients, Rachel, said, "We received an all-cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate in 24 hours that was above market value. It was smooth, easy, and stress-free. I can't recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. There's no showings, no open houses, no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing."
855-299 sold.
Certain restrictions apply.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. That's why it's so important to keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Nasal irrigation gets rid of germs by rinsing the nasal cavity, but neti pots are hard to use and, frankly, kind of gross. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief from sinus congestion and allergies, and to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage is easy to use, affordable, and comes with an absolute guarantee of satisfaction. You wash your hands and brush your teeth every day. Now it's time to start cleaning your nose with Navage. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Termites are swarming, mosquitoes are buzzing, and ants are biting. Yes, the signs of spring are all around us, and nothing will spoil outdoor fun more quickly than mosquitoes invading your yard. Fortunately, you can trust the experts at Arrow Exterminators to take back your yard and enjoy the great outdoors again. Schedule your free pest inspection and keep your barbecues pest-free this spring and summer. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-462-7769 or arrowexterminators.com.
Most shoppers today fall into one of two categories. You could be like Dave, who settles for nothing but the finest.
I drive only European luxury sedans, wear the finest Italian leather shoes. My shirts are custom made, and I expect white glove service from those I do business with. I appreciate world-class brands, and at this point in my life, I just don't want to compromise on quality, no matter what I buy.
Or you might be like Steve, whose goal is to always get the best deal.
I'm frugal. I'm all about finding value. I want the best price, and I don't mind going out of my way to get it. I work hard for my money. I just want to make sure when I buy something, I can have confidence in knowing I'm not overpaying for it. Stop being cheap. It's being smart.
You never see these two guys in the same store. Except for one.
That's why I shop at Genesis Diamonds.
Genesis Diamonds is that rare shopping experience where you can have it all. Uncompromising luxury and unbeatable value. Exceptional service and the guaranteed best price in America. A premium experience and a smart purchase. This is where the best of all worlds come together. Genesis Diamonds, voted best jewelry store year after year. Green Hills and Cool Springs.
When you place a wager with William Hill Sportsbook, every sports moment is even more interesting. And we have a special offer to help you bet on all your favorite sports risk-free. Download the William Hill Sportsbook app, and when you sign up, you can get started with a risk-free bet of up to $500. Use promo code RADIORF. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Paid and free bets. New users only. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. Let's make it interesting with William Hill Sportsbook.
Most jewelers will charge you for the warranty. At Shane Company, our warranty is free for a lifetime and even covers the center stone. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and shaneco.com.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
65 southbound approaching Cross Plains. We've got an accident. Watch for stop-and-go traffic from Portland. Jolton, 24 eastbound after Whites Creek Pike. There's an accident with emergency crews on the scene. 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane. We've got a crash. And Hermitage, Lebanon Pike westbound, an accident at Old Hickory Boulevard. This report brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Whether it's offering curbside or next-day delivery for online orders and over 160,000 parts, or getting involved in their local communities, when it comes to serving you, Napa's motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
So for my money, this is my favorite Tupac song.
Your favorite what?
This is my favorite Tupac song.
I thought you said. I was just wanting to make sure you didn't say my favorite TikTok song.
I know nothing of TikTok. I see a video here and there. I see Annie Agar's gotten a job out of it with Bally Sports. Congrats to her.
Congrats.
Took advantage during the pandemic and has paid off. Annie Agar became pretty popular there on social media last year with her Big Ten and NFL videos. Bright future for her. Played it right digitally.
When you do it right, hey, there's something there for you on the other end.
One thing I can say, like, once you get past around 2002, 2003, my hip hop knowledge drops off severely. Like, I need severe help when we get to most of the trap music stuff and certainly any of the new stuff. Like, Kendrick Lamar was the one exception. I listened to that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I listened to some Drake and some of that stuff. 90s hip hop I just loved. It was right there. It was like 90s hip hop and alternative were on the same shows on MTV when I was in middle school. And I think it all formulated together. It's like, yeah, Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, Counting Crows, and all the stuff that they used to play there. But right in the middle of it, here's Dr. Dre, and here's Rex in Effect, and here's all of this stuff. And I think it all kind of melds together. So a lot of people around my age that are real varied in music taste, and I think it's because of what MTV used to do, and it was good. But that, music. I mean, and Tupac, and I think we were talking with Schaefer on the way down to Knoxville about this.
Yeah.
About how, like, look, there's a lot of hip-hop that's not art. There's a lot of hip-hop that's but there's also poetry in it, even if it's sometimes abrasive poetry and sometimes very hard to listen to poetry.
I was talking about Tupac's
yes,
lyrics.
Exactly. That was where I was headed is Tupac, you can see the talent, even if it's the content is objectionable and all that kind of stuff. There was something about him that was different. And so it's like, whenever I get a chance to hear that song, I always start thinking about how deep that catalog actually goes 100%. If you really listen to it. Impressive stuff, I can say that. So we're talking about impulse buys. Ron Slay says, Peloton kicking my rear end right now. And I was thinking there's an impulse buy because Abby and I have been fighting a Peloton now for months and months because we would really like to have one.
Getting it, yeah.
Yeah, there's a Peloton and there's a kitchen that needs to be remodeled. Let me tell you what's going to win.
The kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Ron
talking about a Peloton. He ain't even riding this Peloton. Jay, Ron, don't get on here.
Ron, bring it up. Bring it to me. I can use it.
Don't spewing this foolishness, man. I've been calling him out for days now, and here he is. I guarantee he's not riding right now.
I get workout updates from you where you've burned 71 calories on a bike, and that's the entire workout. I'm like, what did you do?
That's a warm-up or a cool-down.
I keep feeling like your bike is breaking 5 minutes into your workout.
I do like 3 rides. So I'll do like a 5-minute warm-up. I'll get down and do abs or core. And then I'll do like a 20-minute or a 30-minute ride, sometimes a 40-minute ride. And then I'll cool off with another like 5-minute ride. So
it's just weird because they're all separate workouts instead of you hitting pause on the watch. So I see like Ramon Foster has burned 25 calories. I'm like, what, eating Twinkies?
Like, what are you doing?
Lifting up pastries?
You want me to tell you what the Peloton has done to me? You get on there and you hear the instructor say, congratulations, Jay in Nashville on your 800th ride. I'm like, 800 rides? It's a person on there that had over 3,000 rides. I heard him say 5,000 one time. I'm like, so guess what they're doing, though? They're doing exactly what I'm doing. A 5-minute warm-up. They'll do a 10-minute climb, and then they'll do like a 20-minute, 30-minute ride, and then they'll do a 5-minute cool-off. I'm like, okay. When you get it, it's almost addictive.
You're saying it's a scam? You're kind of saying it's a scam.
If you're one of those like competitive type people, of course, or you just got goals, the instructors,
or if you're a scam artist,
the instructors really like get you.
Or if you like to scam.
I mean,
one thing I heard about Peloton that was a little worrisome. It's just like all of them are yelling at you and cursing at you and all this kind of stuff, or a lot of these coaches are doing that kind of thing.
It's just like they might jump like I had to say a soft curse word, but it's not like the big words. Okay. Yeah, it's nothing.
I'd heard it was a lot worse than that, but maybe that was just somebody that didn't want to hear any of it. Which I'd be fine if you didn't yell curse words at me too. It's not gonna motivate me.
It'll get you like, come on, let's go. This is the They really like lean into like the motivating side of it. And watching if you do like one of the live rooms and see who's in the room with you, you see somebody passing you on the leaderboard it's one of those psychological things with this bike.
I did the personal training thing one time,
Mhm.
one session. He was a nice guy, but did the motivational thing. And come on, get after it, do this. I hurt for a week. I went, nope, I'd rather be fat.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Mikey Dreamer, based off what I was saying, and I agree with this, the loss of music videos on TV has hindered my knowledge of music today.
I agree.
Like, the music that I still know the most of, like, now it's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
Or something you check out because you have a subscription service. Now you have access, whether it's Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. You have access to the music that you want.
Mhm.
But I do agree that, like, in the 90s, I knew these bands, and I knew the people within those bands, and I knew
Mhm.
that about a bunch of different stuff, like, because there was a wide variety of stuff on MTV. Now it's like, all right, hey, man, have you heard this? And then you listen to it that way. But there's so much out there that I'm totally lost. Like, you realize you get old when all the you'll see Saturday Night Live post their lineups, even though I'm not watching that show anymore generally, and I'll see the music artist, and half of them I don't recognize. It's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know where these people came from. And it's a lot of this internet stuff that I guess has replaced music videos, but it didn't replace them for me. So I still listen to a lot of the stuff I used to listen to, which I think is how it happens when you get older. It's the same reason my parents were listening to Elvis and all that kind of stuff, which I can still listen to that stuff now because it's timeless. But I'm going back and listening to Stevie Wonder. I'm not listening to Migos. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going back to Radiohead and all that. On like one hand, I can
feel you.
select the newer artists that I've picked up in the last 5 years.
I got a playlist. I got a couple playlists on my in my iTunes. One I label as my music, and guess what's in there? Jay-Z, UGK, Jeezy, Nas, J. Cole, like people I'm really listening to of an era of a music that I love. And then it's my Get Going playlist that I'm like, okay, it's some new stuff. That's probably about 60 songs, Jay. And I might rotate them, move them in and out. But like my other playlists, like DMX and just all the ones that I really, really like, that's what I find myself going back to.
Yeah, I've made playlists, and it's all the stuff that I listened to in high school and college.
Yeah.
Because usually, that's the truth. Like, you can read this. Studies prove this. Your music taste, like what you generally like forever, is the stuff you're liking in high school and early in college. Like right around that stuff, that's the stuff that sticks. Like everything else, yeah, there might be some stuff you add to it, but the general stuff you listen to is that time of your life.
That's where I tend to stop at, and even try to introduce my kids. Of course, I think the reason that I got off of the new music though is because it was super depressing. It was just like, y'all listen to this? Like, no wonder y'all are having emotional issues right now. Music is supposed to be an escape. The music, I feel like, was our era, was more up, more let's get going. This is just, they say stuff like, I don't want to live right now. I'm like, why? Life is awesome, man. I get it, but no. Shouldn't be on the radio right now.
So we teased before the break Rich Eisen's comments on Deshaun Watson on his show. He was on with us the Friday of the draft, actually. And you're seeing stuff now. Philadelphia Eagles are intrigued by Deshaun Watson. Miami Dolphins still intrigued by Deshaun Watson. And what Eisen said was, quote, you can hear a pin drop on Deshaun Watson. All eyes on the civil court system in Texas. Is Deshaun Watson settling his cases right now? At the draft, that's all I heard. That was in the works. That's why Peter King has a whole bunch of teams that are lined up for Deshaun Watson. Should he be a viable quarterback in the NFL in 2022? I don't think it's going to be 2022. How do you like that? I think it's 2021. I think it's quiet for a reason. You don't hear a word for a lawyer who was on Instagram like he was a 16-year-old sophomore. On Instagram, every single thing was going on there. You don't hear a word from him right now, do you? Anyone who knows this legal system knows that something is being discussed and he doesn't want to spoil it. Now, I'm still trying to find this New York Times piece that's saying that Rusty Hardin's expecting a criminal indictment. I can't find it anywhere.
And I'm not saying who was it that
I'm
sent
not
it
saying
over. You're not wrong.
We don't know.
I just don't see the New York Times article right now.
I can't verify it. So I don't know whether or not that's accurate. I do find that interesting, though. It has gotten deathly quiet when it comes to Deshaun Watson. And I'm not saying that means that they're about to settle and this is about to be over. Something has to be going on, though.
It's too quiet. Way too quiet, man. And I don't really know how to view or point this situation out because, as you said, we don't know the details of it. I think the fan and all of us kind of like, man, I hope it works out well for him. And at the same time, it's like, well,
I hope it works out well for him if it's a lie.
A lie.
And I hope it's a lie just because worst case scenario is that he's guilty of this stuff, not just for him, but because there are victims involved in this.
Mm-hmm. It's and from the beginning, it's been a sticky situation. Like it's almost like Tom and Jerry around the house where Tom is just creeping around trying to find Jerry. Like nobody wants to make a sound on this. Rich Eisen's point though about we gotta know something.
So I looked up New York Times Deshaun Watson, and the newest piece that I see is 3 weeks ago. Deshaun Watson calls civil suits simply not true in legal filing. So for now, there's no corroboration of what that was. And look, it might have just been a comment or it may have been something you heard, but there's no evidence that it's true.
Yeah. If you got time, I think the Rich Eisen, what do you want to call dialogue, is like 5 minutes long. Listen to it. He talks in a calm way, talks in an understanding way and about why there's nothing going on or what's to be expected. He mentioned something too as far as the combine talks. Like that's where a lot of business get done as far as NFL league business. And if those conversations were being had then, who's to say what's going on, man? Like if anybody says they got an answer to it, they're a lie. We're just all just speculating right now.
I mean, and the closest thing I see is ESPN Upstate, which I think is South Carolina. Deshaun Watson could be playing in the NFL in 2021. He is reportedly settling with his accusers.
Around how much? Who was I talking to about this recently, about the amount of dollars that this could be for him? It could be over $1 million or so if he's settling. I don't know if it's something that's over $3 million. And we'll never know that either, man. This is just a sticky, ugly situation. Even people I've talked to and who are lawyers are still just like, you don't know, because this is one of those type of situations that's hard to judge because there's victims and then there's he said, she said a part of it also.
For sure.
Yeah, it's so hard to actually.
That's why you have to be cautious about it. You have to, because we don't really know the truth. But yeah, there's nothing new here. There's a bunch of people saying why has it gotten so quiet? And then the only thing that you're seeing is trickles that the Eagles are really interested right now in what's happening.
Of course they are. I mean, that's got to suck if you Jalen Hurts, though, too. But that's part of the business, though, right? What have you done for me lately? Or what can you do for me?
Do you think Deshaun Watson is playing week 1?
Rich Eisen is saying yes this year.
Yeah, well,
no. I don't, because if for anything, he's got to be suspended. He will be suspended. There's too much heat around it, especially if he settles. Like, NFL is investigating something. That's the thing, too, is he's going to get to a point to where he handles his case, potentially, if he settles it, then the NFL is going to come in and investigate also. That's one thing the NFL always seems to do. It's just like, you know what? The legal system handled this already. Why are y'all still moving it along? You know why? TV. It's another story surrounding the NFL.
Well, the thing is, do you suspend him if he settles, if there's no guilt that you can prove and their investigation doesn't turn up anything? That's the thing. Like, you can't just suspend him because it looked bad. You suspend him because something actually has gone wrong, and it's something that's out of the league. If he settles, that they're going to be, the court of public opinion is going to be like, well, he settled because he's guilty. But a lot of people settle just because of the hassle and what could happen, and it's a crapshoot in a court of law and all of that stuff.
I've been down that road, and that's exactly what the settlement is to get it off your plate. It drags you down. It is a headache. That doesn't mean guilt. It just means, look, these lawyer fees are high. This publicity around this is bad. The quicker I end it, the better it is all for me. I can go on my media cleanse of what do you want to call it, re-imaging myself. It just sucks, though, because he's been held accountable in the public world.
I mean, it really is quiet, though.
Yeah.
22 civil lawsuits, allegations of misconduct, all pretty serious. We've gotten past the draft now. Aaron Rodgers has become the topic. No one's even talking about Deshaun Watson. But then you're seeing trickles that the Eagles are now paying attention.
Are you willing to take that in Philly? He's out of the AFC. They drafted Houston drafted their third-round quarterback who could start. They got Tyrod there as a bridge guy. It sucks to say that, but
I think we're talking about next year. Peter King has Philadelphia and Carolina at 3-1 odds of a trade happening in 2022 for Watson. So Philly and Carolina 3-1, Washington 5-1, Denver 6-1, and then Houston 8-1 to keep him. And then you've got other teams: Pittsburgh 25-1, Minnesota 20-1, Miami 10-1, New Orleans 9-1. The rest of the field 35-1. Current odds for Watson for 2021: 4-1 Dolphins, 5-1 Eagles, 7-1 Texans on the commissioner exempt list and not playing.
Wow.
8-1 Panthers, 10-1 Washington, 12-1 Broncos, 20-1 Field, 50-1 Texans actually playing.
If he settles, does he deserve to be on the commissioner's list?
I can ask you this because you have experience in it. Watson serving a suspension under the same reasoning that applied to Roethlisberger in 2010.
Mm-hmm. It's potentially the same type of situation to where it was handled out of court. Some laws got involved in it, and then there was a 4-game suspension, or was it 3?
Watson's going to be suspended.
Yeah,
there's no doubt. There's no doubt. It's a matter of time. For Ben, it was 6 and reduced to 4.
I assume so, unless it's. But what if it's total fiction? I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, like,
for the optics, though, Goodell, that's one thing he's always going to do.
But do you like that, though?
Man. I don't.
Optics, if nothing happened? And I'm not saying anything didn't happen. I have no idea at this point in time, and it's gotten so quiet that we certainly don't know any more now than we did before. When they asked the accusers to put out their names, a lot of them, I haven't seen their names, so I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But if he didn't do anything, should he be suspended?
He should not be suspended if he didn't.
Even if the optics suck and he was drugged through the mud, then at that point, it's either true or it's not. Busby needs to be disbarred if this stuff's not true.
Busby, again, the Instagram being a lawyer through Instagram was not a good look. It looked very unprofessional. I know this is the world of, hey, put it out in front because it's what we've seen other people do and it's the popular thing to do. That's just not okay, though. You got to be more professional. The people that I know who are lawyers don't operate like that. And I'm not to say that he's bad, but it's just not a good look.
Okay, so this was just put here. So this is something breaking like as we speak, but it's written by John Bryce. John Bryce of footballscoop.com, who's been close with Tennessee for a long time. Tennessee has parted ways with veteran assistant athletics director for compliance, Adam Tate. The move to separate from Tate, who has worked directly with Vols football compliance matters since 2018, has been unfolding since last week. According to sources who spoke on the condition of anonymity, Tennessee football remains mired in its own internal and external investigation into the recruiting tactics of former head coach Jeremy Pruitt. UT, after retaining a law firm specifically to secure the services of Michael Glazier and Kyle Skillman, has been working to expedite the investigation. I'm trying to find out what this has to do with that. But clearly this might be the first step, one would think.
Sounds like he
Compliance guy's out.
He knew, or at least he allowed it to happen. That's one thing Ron can talk about, too, is the fact that, or anybody at UT that was driving somebody else's car. I've driven other people's cars on UT, and guess what compliance was doing? Hey, Ramon, how'd you get that? There were questions that were asked, and if he wasn't asking the right questions, as people say, I say asking the right questions, then, he's foot out the door. Clearly, he's got the boot already, didn't he?
Let's be for real for this. The compliance person gets booted in the midst of all of this, and water's wet.
Yeah, I mean, it seems obvious, right?
I mean, but if this is one way of trying to put a Band-Aid on what's to come from the NCAA.
Well, you're going to want to be as proactive as possible.
Yeah, 100%. Sucks for that guy.
Speaking of optics.
Obviously, compliance has been an issue if you're going through what you're going through. So, again, that was, I guess that hit like 15 minutes ago. Bryce wrote that.
Bob.
No, but again, there's going to be some fallout. Shrapnel was out there. Some people are going to catch an IED on this thing. And certainly somebody that's in charge of compliance in a non-compliant situation is probably not going to keep their job. One would think.
Should have went to Wendy's.
615-737-1045. 737-1045. Checkered Sawdust on YouTube choosing violence says water is not wet.
All right.
Oh?
All right.
We'll be right back. It's JMart and Ramon, 1045 The Zone.
Getting you ready for Titans football. The Titans schedule releases today. Hear every game on 1045 The Zone.
Big names are headlining this weekend's UFC 262 card, from Tony Ferguson to Michael Chandler. There will be no shortage of action. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official betting partner of UFC, has a heavyweight offer for you this weekend. The fight with 100-1 odds. One fighter will be walking away with the belt. Will you be walking away with the cash? Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds on either fighter to win. That's right. You bet $1 on select fighters, and if they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. And don't worry if MMA isn't for you. DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds and promotions on basketball, hockey, and so much more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code WGFX when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on the main card fighter to win. Place your bet and watch your fists fly this weekend. That's code WGFX to turn $1 into $100 on select main card fighters for a limited time only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Do you need organization in your home? I did in my garage, and I got it. Thanks to Artisan Custom Closets, not only is it functional, but it's beautiful, and now everything has a place. Took less than a day to install, and they worked with me to make sure that everything I put in my garage was in my budget. Maybe it's your closet that needs some love, or your pantry, mudroom, home office, you name it. Artisan Custom Closets can do it. Call them at 615-800-2199. Visit artisancustomclosets.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Imagine walking into an electronics store and asking to see a flat-screen TV, only to have the salesperson tell you he didn't have any in stock, but he could get one brought in for you? It's ridiculous, right? But it happens every day at so many jewelry stores. You go in asking to see a selection of GIA-certified diamonds, but they tell you they don't have it in stock and they can get it for you at a great price. Yeah, right. What they're really saying is GIA-certified diamonds are not their specialty or main business. These jewelry stores don't want to make the financial investment because their everyday customers are not looking to buy GIA diamonds from them. At Genesis Diamonds, it's the opposite. We specialize in diamonds. We eat, sleep, and breathe diamonds, and we have thousands of GIA-certified diamonds in stock. All shapes, all sizes. Hand-picked diamonds from $500 to $500,000. At Genesis, you can see all your options in a no-risk, no-pressure environment. Don't settle for the I-can-get-it-for-you jewelry store. Come to Genesis Diamonds and experience the way diamond buying is supposed to be. Genesis Diamonds, Green Hills and Cool Springs.
Deer hunters, fishermen, and outdoorsmen, bring your hobbies indoors for the day at the Tennessee Outdoor Rendezvous event on May 22nd and May 23rd at the Farm Bureau Expo Center in Lebanon. Seminars, big buck contest, exhibitors, and more. Tickets are only $10, and kids 10 and under are free. The Tennessee Outdoor Rendezvous, Saturday, May 22nd, 9 to 7, and Sunday, May 23rd, 9 to 4 at the Farm Bureau Expo Center in Lebanon. More info at tndeerexpo.com. The Tennessee Outdoor Rendezvous, planned by deer hunters for deer hunters.
If you're thinking about buying or selling your home, now is the time. Hey, it's Mickey Ryan, and I'm here to tell you, you can get a strong cash offer and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and home maintenance. Sell your home with Mark Spain today. Go to markspain.com, fill out a quick form, and receive an all-cash offer on your home today. There's no obligation. The guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market and sell your home hassle-free. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Choose when you want to move and close with confidence. The Wall Street Journal named Mark Spain Real Estate the #1 real estate team in the U.S. for closed transactions. One of their clients, Tom, said, "We got a guaranteed offer with Mark Spain Real Estate in 24 hours and above market value. It was smooth, easy, and stress-free. I cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. The Mark Spain Real Estate guaranteed offer keeps you in control. It's that simple. Again, no showings, no open houses, no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Or call 855-299-SOLD.
Economic forecasters are predicting inflation, which will likely cause interest rates to rise as a result. But here's the good news from Accurate Mortgage. Interest rates are still low and you have an opportunity to save money if you act fast. Perhaps you can shorten your term from a 30-year to a 15, or get a cash-out refi to pay off high-interest debt. The clock is ticking, so don't delay. Call Accurate Mortgage today at 615-833-0456 or visit AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 4664.
In trouble with the IRS? You need an experienced tax attorney fighting for you. You need Lance Drury. Schedule your free consultation today. Visit LanceDruryLaw.com. Lance, D-R-U-R-Y Law.com. Lance, D-R-U-R-Y Law.com.
From the 104.5 The Zone Traffic Center.
South Loop 40 eastbound to go southbound on 65. We've got an accident partially blocking the on-ramp. Watch for stop-and-go traffic from Broadway. 8th Avenue south of Korean Veterans Roundabout. There's an accident being cleared. And 65 southbound, an accident approaching Cross Plains. Stop-and-go traffic from Portland. This report brought to you by Panera. At Panera, dinner is hot and ready to serve. Grab the creamy mac and cheese in a bread bowl, the classic bacon turkey Bravo sandwich, or try the new Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza. Order for dinner tonight with delivery or pickup. Availability and pricing may vary. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tight. Here we go. It's tricky to
JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. Jonathan Schaefer, 11-year NFL veteron and Ball for Life. Ramon Foster and Jason Martin. Boys with you until 10 a.m. Jeff Jarrett and Inky Johnson still to come later. Cuzzo Mike, C barbershop debate. Water is freaking wet. I don't care if wet is a verb or whatever grammar word you use. It's water. It's wet. Stop the games. LOL.
I'm with
I was
it.
trying to figure out why water's not wet, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess because wet's a state. You're wet. Water. Okay. Whatever. Got it.
Trash.
It's
Got it.
some turd stuff right there.
Yeah. Turds in the water. Birthdays today. Emilio Estevez, 59 years old. What's your favorite Emilio Estevez movie, Moan?
Tombstone.
Although he was in a Western. He did star
Close
in a
enough, he was
Western.
in Young Guns.
Yeah, I mean, you actually weren't that far off.
Rami Malek from
No,
Mr.
I'm not giving you
Robot.
any credit. I mean, you weren't that far off, but it's not like you're getting half credit on the question.
Okay.
Rami Malek from Mr. Robot also won a Oscar for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh.
40 today.
Nice.
And Tony Hawk is 53.
Get
and
outta
apparently he's
here.
one of the coolest, most down-to-earth human beings on planet Earth.
Did you see
All
him
those
do
stories.
his last trick? It was about a month or so ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he was like, man, I gotta finally hang it up. He was like, these tricks are getting a little bit detrimental to my health. And he did his last trick about a month or so ago. He actually cried and everything, man. It's pretty wild.
That's pretty cool. I just see all the stories about people not recognizing him and him just like playing it off like it's normal. And
The Tony Hawk?
Yeah, that whole deal. It's like him and Keanu Reeves seem like two dudes I wouldn't mind knowing.
Yeah. I'm going to throw another one in there. Samuel Jackson. I just think he'd be a cool dude to sit there and talk to. So that's my one guy. I'm like, yeah, I'd sit there and have a conversation with Samuel. Cool with that.
Snakes on a plane.
Even still, I'm having a conversation with Samuel.
Snakes on a plane.
Snakes on a plane.
Air Force
I'm just saying
One
the
with
conversation
snakes.
would just be about snakes on a plane.
Oh, that's all you want to talk about?
Nothing else in your career matters. That and your role as Zeus in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Those are the two things that I want to talk to Samuel L. Jackson about.
He was fun as Zeus.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
When you saw this script, what did you say to yourself? Like, what's your first question to him about snakes on the plane?
Are the snakes real?
That
would be the first thing, because then I would say,
wouldn't even.
Samuel L., did you realize this is Air Force One with snakes?
Yep. Literally, that's all it was.
Samuel, that's a nice.
In order to get you in there instead of Harrison Ford, we've also got to throw 15 Vipers on there.
Let's go into
and
the
we're
pitch.
not talking about Randy Orton.
Let's go into the pitch meeting. Hey, I've got a great idea. It's going to make us a ton of money. Air Force One.
Michael Otto, look,
Snakes.
one of my heroes growing up, Bill Murray. Bill Murray, I think, probably be cool to hang out with.
That's a
too.
cool conversation piece too. He's a chive guy now. How did he become the chive?
He was like the first.
I remember when it first came out.
It's like when you started seeing Bill Murray stickers on people's cars, you're like, why? I like it. I would put one on my car. What is it? Oh, it's the chivery.
I
It's
have a
chive.
shirt. Yeah, I actually got a shirt too.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did he turn into that?
I don't know. I mean, they support some stuff like, Caddyshack and a lot of things like that. So I'm not really sure how it happened. But if you're going to pick somebody, I'm picking Bill.
I got Samuel on mine. It's just super cool. And you don't realize how much he's done too.
I mean, he's done a million things. It's like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon and 6 Degrees of Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably a lot of cool people. The top two, I would say, like just
for you,
when you hear about down to earth but giant stars, Keanu Reeves and Tony Hawk just seem like celebrity never got them.
Yeah,
and they've used it to benefit others and benefit just being good dudes.
I'm gonna say somebody else, and I'm not trying to one up you on this one, but Shaq Scenes that does that too. He's bigger than life. The stuff he do with the engagement ring, people houses, and just
I
shoes,
agree.
clothes.
I agree, and doing the police thing and all. Like he's done a lot of cool stuff.
He's done a lot of.
Only problem I have with Shaq is you can't ever criticize him because he can't. He's super sensitive. That's how he gets in. That's how he gets into the Candace Parker. I'm talking not me, but Candace Parker or Kenny or anybody comes at him about a take that they disagree with, he usually can't handle that.
He always got an answer for it.
So it's like if I have a conversation, I have to be very careful around Shaq because I don't want to upset him.
Nah, I'm leaning in. Shaq gonna have to hear this. He gonna have to hear all of this.
You're a big dude, man, but Shaq would put you in the ground, man.
You know what I lean on? Shaq ain't gonna fight me because he don't want to be sued.
You're gonna sue him?
I'm not fighting Shaq.
I agree with Mikey Dreamer. I'll add this guy to the list too as we go to break. And that's just a question to ask. Who do you think would be cool to meet? I know you never want to meet your heroes and you don't know all these people, but based on what you've heard and what you've watched, I agree. This guy would be in my top 5 too. Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Everything you see Paul Rudd do, man. Every acting role he does, him doing stuff with the Kansas City Chiefs, just seems like a really down-to-earth dude. So, yeah, those are 3 guys you can put on that list. Another guy, Jeff Jarrett. He will join us. Second segment. Next hour, we'll talk to him. But, yeah, drop us on Twitter right now, at JMart Ramon, at Ramon Foster, at Schaefer on Sports, at JMart Radio. Who do you think is just a really down-to-earth dude that, is larger than life, but you just think, yeah, that would be cool, and he seems like he's rad? We'll be right back. It's JMart Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
When it comes to Titans football, the Blaine and Mickey podcast is off the charts.
The top of the charts of the charts of the charts. Yeah.
Subscribe to Blaine and Mickey wherever you get your podcasts to get the best on Titans football. 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, as a first-time home buyer, applying for that first home loan can seem like a really daunting task. There's a lot that goes into it. And look, you're trying to get it done quickly because somebody else is probably looking at the same house you are, especially right now in this housing market. But you don't have to worry because there's people that can help you. The best people are my friends at Mortgage Investors Group. They'll be here for you every step of the way, and they want to help you get ahead of all the other buyers by getting pre-qualified before you ever start looking. That pre-qualification process could not be more important, especially as fast as houses are going off the line right now. It gives you the bargaining power you need, It's what helps you close quicker. So if you get pre-qualified, that's how you get moving. Mortgage Investors Group, committed to helping Tennesseans fulfill their dreams of home ownership. Their mortgage experts will find and structure the mortgage that best fits your needs, best achieves your goals, because Mortgage Investors Group wants and deserves to be your home loan lender. Let Mortgage Investors Group do the work for you. That's how you end up in the dream home you want. Today is the day. Go to migonline.com, migonline.com for the office nearest you, or text MIG to 31399. That's MIG to 31399 to get pre-qualified and get moving with the people I trust. That's Mortgage Investors Group, Equal Housing Lender, license number 109111.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Cordell & Cordell, Fair Divorce for Men. Visit dadsdivorce.com. The Raiders' new stadium in Las Vegas was one of the coolest venues NFL fans never got to enjoy. But this year, the league is planning on full-capacity seating for all of its venues, including Mark Davis's $2.6 billion Death Star. 3 years ago, there was talk of including a jail and small courtroom to handle the Black and Silver's notoriously rowdy fans. But now there's a different plan for catering to the overstimulated crowds. A gigantic high-end nightclub is being built behind the north end zone. According to the Las Vegas Journal-Review, the 11,000 square foot Winfield Club will include premium bottle service, 2 DJ booths that will feature acts from Wynn's DJ roster, 42 televisions, a 9-foot by 35-foot LED screen, and a 45,000 watt sound system. What could possibly be more Las Vegas than that? I'm Boomer Esiason.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Nashville area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. 810 Crescent Center Drive, Suite 160, Franklin, Tennessee, 37067.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Your car in need of a cleaning? We've got you covered. We have all the wash and wax products you're looking for, from interior to exterior cleaners. They'll help you freshen up your ride inside and out, while keeping it protected from dirt and grime that can damage your car. And you can get everything you need even faster. Just order online at AutoZone.com and choose free same-day store pickup. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Mayday! Mayday! This may be hard to believe, but there are 4 amazing games making the rounds this May.
Wow.
Maybe you've heard of them, maybe not. But make no mistake, all 4 are sure to cause mayhem all May long. So don't wait and run the risk of being, well, dismayed.
Oh, man.
Make a major play today with new May Instant Games.
Nice.
If you're lucky, you may find yourself making it rain with a major amount of cash. New May Instant Games, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
You'd be amazed to learn what one Tennessee lottery ticket can lead to. For you, it could be lucky, but for others, it could open the door to so much more. With nearly $6 billion raised for education, the Tennessee Lottery has proudly funded over 1.5 million scholarships and grants. That means, on average, more than 130,000 Tennesseans every year continue their education just because you played. The Tennessee Education Lottery, game-changing, education-benefiting fun.
Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm here in Nashville. I've been warning our clients that IRS employees are back at work since mid-July, and their collection efforts have ramped up. Well, sure enough, it looks like it's happening. So if you have unfiled tax returns, wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, now's the time to call the Lance Drury Law Firm before the IRS calls you. Tax resolution plans are based off your current income. So if your current income is less than normal due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is precisely the time for the Lance Drury Law Firm to help you. Your consultation is free, so don't put it off. The Lance Drury Law Firm focuses solely on tax resolution law. It's all we do. And if you have IRS problems, you have legal problems. Let us use our tax law resolution experience to guide you and work on your custom resolution plan. Call now. It's free and confidential. Call me, Lance Drury, at 615-733-8168 or go to LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Fleet Cards USA.
Fleet Cards USA. Barb speaking.
Hiya, Bob. Got a good-sized plumbing outfit here in Milwaukee. 12 vans. Problem is, all the driver receipts, expense sheets.
You're drowning in paperwork.
Exactly.
Get fuel cards. They're the easy way to track every dollar spent on fuel. Could save you some money. Plus, the reporting could save you even more. So flush that big old receipt mess right down the drain.
Yeah, we don't recommend that.
Go to FleetCardsUSA.com. Answer a few questions, and hi-ho, you're good to go.
Fleet Cards USA. Come to Shane Company to create a unique engagement ring that captures your love story. Our jewelry consultants will always respect your budget. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
America's favorite car show returns to Nashville for 3 big days of hot rodding fun. And 1045 The Zone has your chance to win tickets. Visit 1045thezone.com today and sign up for your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Good Guys 15th Nashville Nationals at Nissan Stadium May 28th through 30th. Celebrate a huge weekend of hot rodding fun at America's favorite car show this Memorial Day weekend at the Good Guys 15th Nashville Nationals.
From the 1045 The Zone Traffic Center.
40 westbound after Fessler's Lane, an accident's been moved to the right shoulder. Rosa L. Parks Boulevard at Athens Way. We've got an accident with emergency crews on the scene. And Spring Hill, 65 northbound, north of Saturn Parkway. Disabled vehicle causing delays. This report brought to you by Donaldson Service Experts. Sweating a broken AC? There's an expert for that. Let your local experts at Donaldson Air Service Experts keep you cool with $50 off any repair. Call 866-EXPERT. See website for license details. I'm Christy O'Brien with traffic on your home for Titans football. 1045 The Zone.
From the Mark Spain Real Estate Studios, Titans Radio releases the Titans schedule tonight at 7. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville. Trending now at 1045 The Zone.
It's 9:03. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Schaefer. The first week of the NFL schedule has been released. Kyler Murray, Malcolm Butler, and the Arizona Cardinals will visit the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium on Sunday, September 12th. That'll be a noon kickoff. It's the first season home opener for the Titans since 2017. The league season opening game Thursday night, September 9th. Defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers will host the Dallas Cowboys. Tune in all throughout the day today on 1045 The Zone to talk about that first week that's been released, and then 2 hours of exclusive coverage of the NFL schedule release with Will Bowling and Lucas Panzica, 6 to 7 tonight, followed by Titans Radio, anchored by Mike Keith at 7. Tennessee Volunteers have moved up their season-opening football game. The Vols will face Bowling Green on Thursday, September 2nd, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on SEC Network. Blue Jays defeated the Braves 5-3. Braves dropped back below 500 by 1 game. Midweek baseball, college baseball, Vanderbilt defeated North Alabama 3-2. UT beat Tennessee Tech 10-8. NBA Grizzlies defeated the Mavs 133-104. Ja Morant, another great game. 24 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Memphis could still finish as high as the 8th seed in the West. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 1045 The Zone.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Now it's time for Jason Martin and Vol for Life Ramon Foster.
Powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors.
Together, they are JMart and Ramon on 1045 The Zone.
Fourth hour, hashtag fastest 4 hours in radio. This is going to be a busy one. Jeff Jarrett, next segment. Inky Johnson's midweek motivation at the end of the program. You won't want to miss that. Titans Cardinals, that's going to be week 1. That we know right now. We also know the 2 London games. Falcons Jets, Sunday, October 10th. Jacksonville, Miami, Sunday, October 17th. So the Titans not headed back to London this year. I don't know if I'd want to go out of the country this year just because of who knows what the regulations and craziness surrounding this virus are going to be.
Yeah.
Maybe just wait till next year for some of that stuff.
You could, or it could be a really good experience too. So either way, we'll see how it goes.
Week 1 lines. Fox Bet just sent me an email with the week 1 lines. Looks like they're going to open up the Titans a 3.5-point favorite over the Cardinals at home and in week 1. By the end of the day, we're going to know the whole schedule.
Yeah. Or what end of the day? By which hour you think?
I don't know. I just have a sense that before 3HL's off the air, they're going to know a decent amount of it.
Yeah.
But you'll hear Will Bowling, Lucas Panzica right after they go off the air, and then you'll hear Titans Radio break it all down. And then tomorrow, we're loaded for bear. David Beauclair, Rhett Bryan, Mike Keith. We'll talk about it and break it all down as well. So, 3.5-point favorites according to Fox Bet. And, of course, who knows what that's going to be by the time you get to the point. But the Titans open up as a 3.5-point favorite for a game that won't be played for several months.
Yeah. We get an opportunity, though, to line them up. Rookies versus rookies, coaches versus coaches. How many new head coaches the Titans are facing this year? You got Jacksonville, Houston. No. We don't have Philly this year. No Drew Brees. New quarterback with the Rams. Very, very interesting, man. See if Josh Allen still got it.
Well, I mean, that's a nice matchup in week 1 to see. I think Chiefs-Browns is really interesting.
Chiefs-Browns, yeah.
I think you'd rather see that later in the year when they're kind of, lubed up a little bit more and everything's kind of firing. But that's a nice little sexy matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a real good one. This Colts matchup, man, and people are saying, the Colts are supposed to win the AFC South this year too? Whenever that game falls, I'm hoping they're both later in the season also. Stakes are a whole lot higher at that point.
So we asked a question earlier coming off the 4-year-old who accidentally bought 51 cases of SpongeBob popsicles off Amazon for over $2,600. They wouldn't take them back. The mother didn't know. She's a single mother, I think, with 3 kids, working her way through NYU. And a GoFundMe's raised like $24,000. We said, so what's the impulse purchases that you've made? You mentioned cars as impulse purchases, Moan.
Yeah.
Which is a good problem to have if that's an impulse purchase.
I'm not the only one. People are tweeting us on social media.
There's a lot of response.
It's a lot of cars. It's a few houses, too, people are calling impulse buys. I never did that one, Jason.
A lot of people sending photos of their impulse buys. This guy says 2021 Durango Hellcat. Wife not overly pleased, and now I continue to customize it, costing more.
He's choosing violence, and I don't know who's going to win this one, but I'm betting on the wife. It looked good, too, though.
It does. BH says Kawasaki Teryx went to dealership to get a part for an ATV. Had to go home to get a trailer. Roughly $11,000. Nothing too crazy. Wife was thrilled. Impulse buy a giant Chevrolet truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing's gigantic.
Yeah.
You once purchased a 5.0 Mustang while you were buying Keisha a car.
I was buying her SUV, man.
Blake Richmond, man. Blake Richmond. I feel seen, Blake Richmond. After thinking about it, I bought a $40 memory foam pillow or multiple memory foam pillows with a Bed Bath & Beyond gift card that now sit on the guest bed that no one uses. I got a bit of a pillow problem because I'm always on the search for the perfect pillow. I got multiple My Pillows. I got memory foam. I've got the ones that look like wedges.
Yep.
I got everything. And I actually rotate them out like it's CDs out of a changer in 1996. Be like, nope, we're going memory foam tonight. We're going stacked.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I want 2 when I wake up with a crick in my neck. Sometimes I wake up okay. Am I going to sleep on my side tonight or am I going to go with the back?
The wedge pillow would be – is that one like bothersome though? The wedge pillow on your impulse buy?
No, it's just like, how many pillows do we need? The answer,
really, no.
One more. Just one more.
It really –
Christian Griffith bought the second base from a random Marlins Mets game I went to. Bartolo Colon was on the mound and got a base hit as well.
He posted it too.
I owns a base.
Never knew you could buy a base, man.
DPG says, I bought an old-fashioned commode potty chair when I was on the East Coast. I thought and still think it's pretty cool. It didn't come with the pot. Here's a picture of it when I bought it so you can see the inside.
Yeah, that's some turd stuff right there.
Literal turd stuff.
Literal.
Except there's no bowl, so please don't.
Please don't drop one. Please.
That's like the kid that goes and does number 2 in like a Walmart fake toilet.
I told you about the serial urinal user we had in middle school. Dog, somebody was dropping bombs in a urinal, man.
I don't think you have ever told me.
I haven't told you this. Well, I'm in middle school, man, and around the school in the boys' bathroom, somebody was using the urinal to drop bombs, and nobody ever figured out who it was. Like, who? You gotta. I guarantee. I wonder, are they a productive citizen now? Like, if you chose to use a urinal to drop bombs, man, you can't have a good 9 to 5 right now. Why are you choosing that type of violence, man? That is one of the craziest things I ever heard or ever witnessed happening in real time. Like, no, don't drop a bomb in a urinal, idiot.
Now, who was doing this?
It's just, we never found out.
This was how long ago?
It was in middle school.
Okay.
It was, but you're old enough to know that you're supposed to go to the big potty.
This is somebody who knows what they're doing. That's choosing violence.
The urinal? Come on, man.
Henry says, bought my boy a 5.0 for his high school car with the stipulation dad gets to drive it often. So you bought yourself a car.
I would. Yeah, you bought yourself. I ain't no way I'm trusting either one of my kids in a 5.0. You're a bold man, sir.
Dan says, had a perfectly good working Civic. Saw this hatchback on the lot when I went to get an oil change and bought it a month later.
That's easily impulse.
Andrew says 2 tickets to Super Bowl 40 morning of game from a broker.
What?
Expensive, but a bucket list item for sure. So expensive he doesn't tell us how much it costs.
And he probably shouldn't, because his wife will find out. Ain't no way.
And Deputy Director Sloan says ancient Roman currency.
That's kind of a cool
take it to
buy,
Rick at
though.
Pawn Stars. Take it to Rick out in Vegas. Aaron says, OMG, my husband has a pillow issue too. He has bought 2 different brands and sewn them together. Never done that.
I haven't heard of that.
Never
Shout
done
out to
that.
him.
I also have 3 bone pillows for my neck. Margot thinks they're hers because they look like bones. So she's torn one of them up. I got one. I got 2 for my parents as well. I also have one of those like super pillow things that you roll around your neck as well. I got a pillow issue, man.
Yeah, you got a real pillow issue.
I had a serious pillow issue. Let's go to Jamie on line 1. Jamie, what's up?
What's up, Jamie?
What's up, guys? Hey, man, first of all, I remember walking in middle school bathroom and somebody did it at our school. It's like walking into a crime scene. That's the way you feel. Like you walk in, you're like, oh, dude, hold up. I don't need to be here. Yeah. It's like,
no doubt.
But, hey, I woke up one morning and I thought I dreamed that I bought something off of TV. And it was one of those knives, those knives packages where you get like the first 9 knives and then they throw in this hunting knife. And then next thing you know, you got a samurai sword. And I woke up and I was like, was that real? Did I really order that? So I looked at my bank account, and I was like, no, it didn't come out. Well, I never thought nothing more about it and didn't really check the bank account or really didn't really see the money go out of it. But, one day, all these boxes landed on my front porch, and I opened up. I had like 112 knives, and everybody got knives for Christmas. I was giving knives, like I wanted to give knives away for Halloween, but people frown upon that, and so I had this football team was raising money for I had an auction. They said, do I want to donate any items? I gave them some knives, Everybody for like 2 years got knives, and I still got the samurai sword. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, like Edward
everybody's had the moment when they're at the flea market and they see swords and they're like, I could look good on my wall.
I bought one in Dallas one time at a bowl game.
Of course you did. Cousin Joey in Cross Plains is next. Joey, what's up?
Morning, guys.
Hey,
my impulse buying, it really didn't. It cost me about $300, $400. I don't exactly remember, but when I was 15, I bought a horse.
Hold on.
When you were 15?
Yeah, because I up here, Cross Plains, kind of small community, and you just go around and you help, farmer from farm to farm. One day you might be milking cows, and next day you're picking up hay or moving cattle and stuff like that. So saved money up, and it just happened to present itself that a neighbor was selling we raised thoroughbreds too. So I just happened to kind of was putting it off for a while, and the neighbor had one come up and for sale, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and buy that one. So yeah, it's about $400 for a horse.
Wow.
I don't know if that was responsible
Here's
or
the
irresponsible.
problem. Here's the problem is that's not a one-time cost. That's like buying a printer. You didn't just buy a printer.
No.
Because you got to buy ink over and over and over and over and over again. When you buy a horse, you know what you have to buy?
Steroids.
Things to feed them. No, not Bob Baffert.
Okay.
I'm talking about Bob Baffert
My bad.
Ron Slay YouTube. That brother bought a horse at 15? That was my thought. Like at 15.
Yeah.
Cousin Justin Brinkley, impulse buy. Thanks a lot at Ramon Foster. It's a photo of his lemon tree. By the way, I was literally thinking today's the day for me. I was already thinking today might be the day. Let's just add it. We got Margot, we got CG. Now it's time to add something else I have to take care of.
A lemon tree.
A lemon tree. Abby would be so mad because she told me not to buy one. Should I buy one or not?
All the more reasons to get it.
Jeff Jarrett, our good friend, Double J, joins us next. J. Martin Ramon, 104.5 The Zone.
Want more fun from JMart and Ramon? Yes, that also means the pettiness. Hang out with Jason and Ramon whenever you want. Subscribe to JMart and Ramon wherever you get your podcasts.
Big names are headlining this weekend's UFC 262 card. From Tony Ferguson to Michael Chandler, there will be no shortage of action. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, has a heavyweight offer for you this weekend's fight with 100-1 odds. One fighter will be walking away with the belt, like we have one here. Will you be walking away with the cash, though? You can't get that from us. Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds on that fighter. That's right. Bet $1 on select fighters, and if they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to test and put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. And don't worry if MMA isn't for you. DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds and promotions on basketball, hockey, and so much more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code WGFX when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on the main card fighter to win. Place your bet and watch the fist fly this weekend. That's code WGFX to turn $1 into $100 on select main card fighters for a limited time only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 years and older and present in Tennessee to bet. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants or need help, call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Hey, homeowners, if your current mortgage rate is over 3%, you can save a ton of money with Loan Pronto's zero-cost refi. It's Dawn Davenport from 3HL. Even if you just refinanced your mortgage in 2020, do it again now. Snag an even lower rate with Loan Pronto. And if you act now, Loan Pronto can pay your closing costs too. Rates have started moving up, but these are still some of the lowest rates in the country. So act now, lock in that lower house payment, or get cash out of your equity. Loan Pronto makes it so easy they can close in 3 to 4 weeks with no paperwork, no big bank hassle. Plus, Loan Pronto can cover all of your closing costs. That's no points, no junk fees. In fact, most Loan Pronto refis don't even require an appraisal. Call now. Ask about the Loan Pronto zero-cost refi. 615-499-5780. Do it now. Even skip your next 2 house payments. LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. No cash refi not available on all loans.
My boyfriend proposed with his grandmother's ring. It's stunning, but I just wasn't sure what wedding band would work with it. So we went to Shane Company to look at their huge selection. We knew we'd have a ton of options. The jewelry consultant helping us had a lot of great suggestions. She showed me different wedding bands that would work with my ring. Vintage bands, contour bands, floral bands. She had ideas I hadn't even thought of. I ended up getting 2 decorative diamond bands. They frame my heirloom ring beautifully, and the new bands give it an updated, elegant look with even more sparkle. I love it. My fiancé needed his wedding band too. After looking at all the classic styles like 14 karat gold and platinum, it was actually a band in a unique metal called tantalum that caught his eye. It's rugged and durable and totally fits his style. Shane Company made it so easy and fun for us to shop for our wedding bands. Now we're all set for the big day.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Do you need organization in your home? I did in my garage, and I got it. Thanks to Artisan Custom Closets, not only is it functional, but it's beautiful, and now everything has a place. Took less than a day to install, and they worked with me to make sure that everything I put in my garage was in my budget. Maybe it's your closet that needs some love, or your pantry, mudroom, home office, you name it. Artisan Custom Closets can do it. Call them at 615-800-2199. Visit artisancustomclosets.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
BetMGM welcomes you to Showtime with a risk-free first bet up to $600. Simply sign up and use bonus code MGM600 and you're on your way to betting with the king of sportsbooks. Plus, with BetMGM's new one-game parlay feature, you can choose from hundreds of bet types and combinations within a single game to build the perfect parlay. All the action on all your favorite sports will be at your fingertips when you download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code MGM600 to make your first bet risk-free up to $600. Bet with confidence and turn game day into payday at BetMGM. New customer offer, paid in free bets. Must be 21 years or older. Must be in Tennessee. Visit BetMGM.com for full list of terms and conditions. For problem gambling support, call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789.
JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. Glad to have you with us. We're powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. Got to get to this tweet real fast. Bubba Nathan, I work in schools as a custodian. I can say that guy who used the urinals to drop bombs, his kids are carrying that on to this day. Janitor in a middle school, not a job I'm going to take if I can help it.
Suspend that kid ASAP.
Suspend those parents.
Suspend the parents,
Put the whole family on timeout.
Call DHS right now, man. DCS right now. Them kids dropping bombs still. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than having the principal announce, the moment we catch you, you mean you hadn't caught him yet? That's camera.
I feel so bad. This is what Jeff Jarrett's got to walk into.
That's why I thought it would be perfect to lead
J.
him in. Jeff Jarrett, My World Podcast, Zone alum. We love him. Jeff, what's going on, man?
Jonathan, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, what a segue. So that is not my world, which you guys are talking about, but we can talk about my world. But I got to hear a little clarification. And I'm glad Clay's not around to hear this dog mess. But what are you guys talking about? I mean, Jason, can you just the very down and dirty Cliff Notes version of this response to a tweet? What are you talking about now?
Mo, where did this come from? You told the story. Oh, no, we were talking about the toilet. We were talking about impulse buys because the 4-year-old, accidentally bought 51 cases of popsicles on Amazon, and now there's a GoFundMe that's raised like $25,000. We were talking about impulse buys, and somebody sent us a photo of an old-time toilet that they bought that didn't have the pot in it. And Ramon immediately said, "I remember a guy dropping bombs in a urinal."
Yes,
that's where that's the etymology of that joke right there. Apparently.
So Ramon, God bless you. You are a Pittsburgh Steeler through and through. Your elevator doesn't always go to the top. What the heck are you talking about? No. Impulse buys. We can talk. Me and Jason can talk wrestling pay-per-views. That's all about impulse buys. And you guys are going to go straight to the crapper. What is wrong with you?
Well, hey man, you work with Conrad Thompson. I've heard those podcasts. This is right down him and Cassio Kid's alley.
That's what I'm saying.
I love it.
No,
well, go ahead.
No, it was about this kid that we went to school with in middle school. Mind you, we never found out who was doing it. Somebody said they bought a cabinet potty. I was like, man, that's about as worse as dropping bombs in a urinal. And truth be told, Double J, nobody ever found out who did it. So that the culprit is still walking around is what I'm telling you.
Ramon, have you ever been to Japan?
I have not. It's on my list.
Well, I don't know. I hope you get constipated when you go because you don't want to see the bathroom accommodations over in that neck of the woods. So let's segue, guys. Jason, you're running the show. Let's segue, Jonathan, please. I'm throwing the white flag.
Yeah. Well, Double J, let's not throw the brown flag. Let's stick around. Let's stick away from that. I mean, hey man, I worked in wrestling for a while. Obviously, you are Double J. We could talk about ribs and stay right in this and talk about Sid Vicious dropping bombs in people's boots.
What?
Before they put them on. Randy Orton. There's a lot of ribs, man.
I will say this: there are, and we just finished our episode yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We recorded it on Owen Hart, and Owen was fantastic in good-natured ribs. But there can be some mean-spirited ribs. I've never been a fan of that. Matter of fact, I think it's distasteful, and there's always a really bad receipt coming. And I could tell you guys some receipt stories that are not suitable for air. But the good-natured ribs are always fun. And Ramon, I'm sure you being in locker rooms your whole life, you've probably got a few good ones. And back in the day when hazing wasn't looked so down upon, that it wasn't, they still stayed good-natured. But, yeah, ribbing's a part certainly of athletics. But there's some legendary stories of ribs in professional wrestling. So
yeah, there are, and a lot of them are very, very, very much not suitable for this radio show. Now, the Owen Hart podcast, I can't wait to hear that episode. Owen, I always heard about how much fun he was, just what a jokester he was, but such a wide smile. Loved his family, loved his kids, but like. One thing I heard about Owen Hart, I don't know if you were in the ring during this or not, was a tag match where he bumped every time like he was a tree falling in the woods. Just exposing the heck out of the business one night at a house show. I know house shows is where a lot of shenanigans took place.
I tell you what, Owen had multiple ones. I liked it when he would get in the ring with a really young guy, and the guy would Owen would tell him do this, but Owen would be in an arm bar. The guy would have Owen in an arm bar, and then Owen would a meme, a pantomime, like he's getting a cigarette out of his tights, lighting it and smoking it, and he's just smoking a cigarette like he's in a walk in the park. And the look on the young guys' faces when Owen would do that kind of stuff, and he used to get. Let me see if I can describe this correctly. It's called dead-assing, so Owen would go right up for a press slam for Lex Luger. It's when Lex Luger and Davey Boy Smith. So I'll set the story up. Wow. Yoko and Owen are teaming, and they're going against Lex Luger and Davey Boy Smith, and they would do this series of spots. And all of a sudden, Lex would pop Owen up for this big monster press slam and press him over his head 3 or 4 times and then slam him down. And then right after that, Davey Boy would come in and go to pick him up, and Owen wouldn't go up for him. And he would like he's a sack of potatoes,
sandbagged him.
400. Sandbagged him. There you go for your audience. But the look on Davey's face, he would get so mad. And then Owen would roll out of the ring and start laughing at him. So, good-natured ribs like that. It would pass the time on the road, I'll say that.
So the podcast is blowing up. I mean, I met Conrad in person when we were introducing JR and the King here at Zany's a few years ago, and you were there. Were you at that show?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. Yes, I sure was. Yeah. A couple of years ago. Yeah.
The thing that's amazing is, well, obviously what Conrad's done, but generally what blows me away about him is we were talking about Tony Hawk turning 53 and what a down-to-earth guy he is. Conrad Thompson's one of the most down-to-earth people. Like, the guy that you hear on the podcast is really him. Like, it's really easy to, get Pritchard and Bischoff and you and JR and all these people to do these podcasts because he's so fun to be around and he does his homework. I don't know how many hours he spends prepping for these podcasts, but I wanted to do stuff like this years ago, and when I hear him do it, I'm just like, no, that dude was made to do it. I'm just going to listen to him do it.
You know, the only thing I got against Conrad is he's an Alabama fan.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. The thing is, he's like me. We or like a lot of us. He is a wrestling fan at heart, and he really dives into it. When he launched Something to Wrestle With a little over 4 years ago with Bruce Pritchard, it was much more condensed, and they had more time and all that. But now Conrad's up, and he's got 5 Hall of Famers and Bruce Pritchard and Tony Schiavone and a host of others. But the ad-free team, and the ad-free team is a Patreon site where you get it early and ad-free. So the episode we recorded yesterday doesn't drop on all the iTunes and Apple and Spotify and all that till next Tuesday, but you can get it right now at adfree.com. But the ad-free team now, Jason, I don't even know if you realize this, and some people don't, but when he approached me about 90 days ago around that, about doing it, and when I sort of learned about his team, he's got 7 full-time employees that are now on the team. So it is not a hobby anymore. It is a definitely side business. And, you know, his 9-to-5 job is selling mortgages. So he's a wrestling fan from Alabama who sells mortgages. The name of his company is First Family Mortgage. And you talk about a guy that before he got into podcasting, that's what he's about. He's a family guy. He likes to communicate. Obviously, he's got a sales bone in his body. But doing this podcasting and him doing the research and the team putting it together, it's not a far stretch because he asks questions as if a fan. And when he approached me, he's like, Jeff, I've done some research on you over the last couple of years. But he said, what's I find kind of amazing is you've never really done any kind of interviews about your past. And I go, no, I've never done that. I've always looked forward. What's the next event coming up? What's the next pay-per-view, or promoting Salvation Army or the LLS or whatever the calls may be moving forward, but nothing in the rearview mirror. So me and him became friends a couple of years ago. He stayed on me, and then I never would have dreamed that we would have launched, just over 8 days ago, the official launch, and it's just taken off. It's kind of amazing. I was just telling Jonathan before we came on the air, it is truly amazing how it's taken off.
That's something interesting, Double J, that you bring up about always looking forward. And I think as athletes, as entertainers, a lot of people, when you're in it, you never think about what you're doing until after the fact. Have you actually looked back and, I ain't going to say enjoyed what you've done or been able to rehash what you've done, or why, honestly, from your perspective, the mindset of what's next?
Ramon, I can tell you, and Brad, the athletes, and I still consider myself an athlete, although an entertainer as well. But when I got the call in a time in my life in January of 2018, which was so unexpected, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I can honestly say it's the first time that I really okay, man, why is this happening? And then I did the interviews to lead up to it and all that kind of stuff, and there were little reminders here and there. And then launching this podcast, I did about a little over 50 interviews in 2 weeks to promote all over the globe. But there were guys bringing up hey, remember when you team, and you guys, Jason will probably know this name, but Mil Mascaras, a legend from Mexico. I was a tag team champion with him in my early 20s. So little bits and pieces throughout my career that not only do I've completely forgotten about a lot of things, but I think the mentality that I was born and raised with is it's really irrelevant what you did yesterday. You're only as good as your last match, and you're really not that good because you got to get ready for the next one or the next TV show or the next event. And Ramon, like that, no matter how many wins you have, when you get into the playoffs, everybody's 0-0. It's kind of irrelevant what's happened in the past, and unless you're the one team that wins that championship at the end of the Super Bowl year, on some way you sort of leave on a down note. I know the coaches come in and give you the rah-rah speech and say, be proud of the season, but everybody just wants to throw a tape ball and throw it through his head because you don't really feel it. You got beat. You didn't win the championship. So that's kind of the mentality that I've always had of going through my career. What's next?
Jeff, how do you feel things went in Tampa? When you look at, I just thought it was really cool to finally see fans again. Pro wrestling needs it so badly. Even somebody that cares as much as I have for such a long time, I miss seeing that kind of live audience. We need this. We need it in sports, but we damn sure need it in pro wrestling.
We need it across the board, and I definitely don't want to step over into the political world, but seeing the fans and getting wound up and just the natural fact that, look, I understand COVID very serious in the pandemic, but getting fans back in the arena and going through the Thunderdome with the virtual audience was great. But I've told the guys from day one, I don't see how you're in there taking bumps with no audience, because they just hurt a lot more. It's that simple. And the guys that step on the ice or football field and playing with, it's like you're at a practice, and we don't practice in wrestling. We may sort of walk through some things, but we damn sure don't put pads and helmets on like those guys had to do with no audience. And it's just a completely different vibe. And so seeing people back in Tampa and moving forward and the excitement and then just that personal interaction of seeing the guys walk down the ramp and actual people, 10 or 15 feet from them cheering and yelling and booing and screaming, man, it makes you really appreciate what we've missed.
Wow.
No doubt about that. When you guys decided to do this podcast, one thing that Conrad has also done a good job of is mixing it up. Like, he's got guys from a bunch of different organizations, and that keeps growing. You obviously have you've dabbled in just about everybody's stuff, but you also have the Memphis connection. You've got the Nashville connection. You've got the stories from our area here that I don't know we've heard a whole lot of those, even in Conrad's podcast. I mean, yeah, you can tell the story of you leaving WWF because it's a famous story from '99 and how you ended up going back to WCW, but and the business stuff's always going to be fascinating, but how much are you going to dive into the Jackie Fargos and all of that kind of stuff of the world in this podcast?
A lot. Look, we're in it for the long haul. But when me and Conrad had the conversation, then I've got pictures, and I had folks take pictures while the actual demolition was going on of the Nashville Sports Arena, and the history in that building and the old women's building, and I'm going way back into the 70s, that burned down on the fairgrounds. And the government, Nashville Metro government, built the sports arena with wrestling in mind. And Andy Kaufman, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, the Road Warriors, the lineage in that business long before TNA came along, and just sort of Nashville was the hub. Guys lived specifically out here in Hendersonville because we were right in the middle between Louisville and Memphis, and the travel and just all the history of Nashville wrestling and Memphis and just how things operated. It's a huge part, obviously, of my career. But my grandmother started selling wrestling tickets in 1946 down on 4th Avenue. So the Jarretts have the wrestling has put groceries on the Jarrett's table since the 40s. And so it is a huge part of my career, and I've traveled all over the globe multiple times, but Hendersonville has always been my home. So I'm a hometown boy. Go Preds, go Titans, and go wrestling.
There you go, Moan, Hendersonville.
Hey, that's my neighbor. That's my neighbor.
Yeah, Ramon, you have not taken me out to dinner not one time to just, get acclimated to the community. What's up with that?
Jeff, what I'm telling
you. I should be taking you out for dinner, I guess, right?
I'll hop in your inbox and I'll get your address, and I'm come picking you up personally, okay? I'll be sitting outside with a bow tie and a towel over my forearm as your personal chauffeur. Okay?
No, I'll take you. We'll go over at the Rudder, my buddies, and we'll have us a little a meal on the lake.
Don't promise me a good time, okay? Because I'll be there is what I'm letting you know.
One other thing I was going to ask you, one other thing I asked you before we let you go, Jeff, is that, when we were talking, you and I were talking on the phone a couple of times last summer about potential things you might want to do in media, and certainly my world makes all the sense in the world, but you have a lot of sports opinions, and you love this city, and you love this area. Pecorine. What does Pecorine mean to Nashville sports as somebody that loves this area and celebrates the local teams the way you do?
Pekka, I remember the first time that I met him, gosh, he was, rookie year. So what year would that have been? 07, 08, 09. I'm just trying to think. Early in his career, I can remember how respectful he was. But out of all candid, he had no idea about professional wrestling or anything. But to follow his career and look, I've got buddies that are from Canada who are my go-to guys in discussing hockey. But, several years ago, they were talking about just how good he is. And so Pekka is right up there in the legends of Nashville sports. And when you think about Nashville not even having a hockey team, this was a basketball town for years. Belmont, Trevecca, Vandy, TSU, all that. And for it to turn into truly Smashville, and to see what exploded after the Stanley Cup. And Pekka, no matter how you slice and dice it, he is the centerpiece of Pred's history. And, you know, Legwand getting started, and, you know, we've had a bunch of names come through here, but Pekka's on top of that. So when you talk about Smashville, Pekka's the centerpiece. And so I don't think you can overstate how important he is to Nashville sports history.
Well, my world is awesome. No surprise there. We need to get Conrad on and just talk to him about his schedule and how it is that he's pulling all this stuff off. So when are the new episodes out? Because there's so many of them now, I lose track of the release dates, and I want to make sure I know exactly when yours is hitting.
So I'm going to be a regular. I've already talked to Mason, so I'm going to be a regular every Tuesday morning because that's when podcasts drop. I'm kidding.
I'm good with it. You come right on, bro.
Let's go.
My World drops every Tuesday anywhere you can anywhere you can download podcasts. So yes, every Tuesday the new episodes of My World. Yesterday the episode dropped of where Vince McMahon publicly fired me at the last Nitro. It's really a great story behind the story, but yeah, every Tuesday, Jason.
Yeah, the first two have been awesome, man, and it couldn't have happened to a better guy and better group of guys, really, because of Conrad and his team and all the work. So all the success in the world on My World. It's always a blast to chat with you, and I look forward to listening to all of these episodes as they release. I'm super geeked to hear this Owen Hart podcast.
It's a good one, man. It got really emotional, and like you said from the top of the interview, and I know we're probably running long, but Conrad has a incredibly uncanny sense of how to guide the story, and he caught me off guard on a couple of things, but yeah, it was an emotional ride. But Jason, you can relate to this. It was very therapeutic for me,
sure,
and I slept well last night. I'll just say that.
Awesome.
Jeff, you're the best, brother. God bless.
Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Yeah, you too. That's Double J, My World Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Look, man, Conrad's a good dude. He works super hard, and those podcasts are awesome. And now that Double J's a part of it, you're going to hear stuff from this area in addition to just a wide-ranging career that hit a bunch of different promotions. Jeff's one of the best, man. One of the best dudes. We were talking about, like, the Tony Hawks and all that kind of stuff, like really cool guys. Double J's on the list, man. The times I've been around Jeff in this building, elsewhere, just a really genuine dude. It's really easy to root for. So continue to check out that podcast.
Invited me to this lake house. I'm taking that up.
Slay said he's about to DM Double J. I'll be hiding in the trunk or something for this dinner.
Yeah.
Slay can't just show up and knock on the door.
Dead serious.
He's got to hide to find our hospital to come in and interrupt the birth of my daughter. Now he's going to hide in the trunk for your dinner.
The conversation, as you said, he slept well on that Owen Hart Park. Oh my God, like that is.
It's going to be. It's
going
to
to
be
be
really
awesome,
good.
man.
I remember he cried on Raw the next night on television. He cried during an interview on the pay-per-view right after it happened. One of the most famous moments, I think, probably in his career. He would probably wish that no one knew about it,
man,
because of what it meant. But, yeah, that'll be a great podcast. We'll come back. We'll finish up the show. More of your tweets, more of your stuff popping up on 104.5 The Zone TV when we come back here on 104.5 The Zone.
Come on. You know you want to listen to Blaine and Mickey. Come on. Blaine and Mickey, this afternoon, 1 to 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Root Insurance is all about you and how you drive, which puts you in control. In fact, your driving is the #1 factor we use to give you a better price. Root is different from traditional insurers. By using the sensors in your smartphone, we can understand important details about how you actually drive. Just download the Root app, get on the road, and we'll take care of the rest. The app measures your driving behavior, like turning and braking, and gives you a custom rate based on driving, not your job or education like other insurers. In short, you have the power to control your own rates. And the better you drive, the better your rate. Plus, it's fast and easy. The app walks you through each step so you understand what you're getting and get what's right for you. It's car insurance made for you, in your control. Download the Root app today and see how easy car insurance can be. Disclaimers may apply. See joinroot.com for details.
Why does it seem like every ad you hear on the radio claims to be a family-owned and operated business? This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage Doors. Let me tell you what family-owned and operated means to me. It means going to work every day, striving to make my business better. It's about my family, really working with me to make sure we handle every customer the way we'd like to be treated. Setting an example for other employees on how to work hard and always be honest. So if you need repairs or replacement on garage doors, please give All Four Seasons a call today at 629-702-6159 or visit us today at fourseasonsgarages.com.
Fire protection, carbon monoxide protection, medical pendants, and alerts. Everyone has different reasons for needing a security system. And you may have been told insurance sometimes requires it. I think we would all agree that the main reason for needing a security system is to keep the bad guys out of your home or business. My name is Shooter Stein, president of NCA, National Certified Alarms. NCA was founded in 1997 right here in Middle Tennessee. We're locally owned, so you can talk to folks you know, not to people at some far-off company in another state or country. And the best part? Landline monitoring starts at only $9.95 a month, and our wireless monitoring starts at $19.95 a month. At NCA, we have no long-term contracts. NCA can convert your existing security system or install a new one for you. For more details on rates and services, please visit our website at nca.cc or give us a call at 615-777-7NCA. That's 615-777-7622. License number 645.
Hey, it's Mickey Ryan. I give All American Pest Control 5 stars. Every team member that's ever come to my house from those guys is well-trained and professional and friendly and really helpful. They show up on time. They provide thorough treatment. And I love that if pesky critters show up in between services, all I have to do is call. All American will come back in between visits for no additional charge. I get quarterly pest control, mosquito treatments, and termite protection. It's all a great value. So go to yuckbugs.com today. Tell them Mickey sent you.
Searching for your next vehicle? You've certainly noticed the lack of selection and inventory at dealerships, not at Music City Autoplex. While others are shrinking inventory, Music City Autoplex has added over $3 million of late model pre-owned vehicles, defying market trends in order to serve you. This determination drives Music City Autoplex to consistently outsell competition month after month and makes them the very best option for your next used vehicle. Come see why Music City Autoplex is the uncommon dealership. Go to MusicCityAutoplex.com or in person, 2430 Gallatin Pike North.
Economic forecasters are predicting inflation, which will likely cause interest rates to rise as a result. But here's the good news from Accurate Mortgage. Interest rates are still low and you have an opportunity to save money if you act fast. Perhaps you can shorten your term from a 30-year to a 15, or get a cash-out refi to pay off high-interest debt. The clock is ticking, so don't delay. Call Accurate Mortgage today at 615-833-0456 or visit AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 4664.
Big names are headlining UFC 262 and DraftKings Sportsbook. The official sports betting partner of UFC has a heavyweight offer for this weekend's fight with 100-1 odds. Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-1 odds on that fighter. That's right, bet $1 on select fighters. If they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WGFX when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on a main card fighter to win. That's code WGFX for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 years or older and present in Tennessee to bet. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
JMart and Ramon, 104.5 The Zone. Our thanks to Jeff Jarrett. Our thanks to Josh Ward. You missed either one of those conversations. Check them out wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe to JMart and Ramon. Leave us that 5-star review, 6 stars in the Tokyo Dome. Man, I should have used that joke with Double J on with the My World podcast. Totally missed opportunity there.
That has been merited.
Also, listen to the My World podcast. It's awesome. So I just saw this pop up on Twitter. Quote tweet this with your first AOL Instant Messenger screen name. This should be fun. I can't remember my first one. I dropped a few extra ones. I retweeted it because I want to see what other people say, but I can't remember. It would have been senior year high school, freshman year in college, I think, 97 would have been when AOL entered my life.
Couldn't even tell you what my screen name was.
I can't remember. I remember two others were JMart NWA and Wrestle Announcer. But both of those were as I was getting into pro wrestling, JMart NWA for National Wrestling Alliance. But there was something else, obviously, when I was in high school and early in college, but I can't remember what it was. But it's interesting if you picked your name or if you pick like something that reflected you, like your personality or something like that, your favorite team. So I'll be interested to see what pops up there. No question about it. So the schedule releases tonight. You got Will Bowling, Lucas Panzica. Then you've got Titans Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow on this show, we'll be the first to react to everything that we find out. And that will be Mike Keith. That will be Rhett Bryan. That will be David Beauclair. We're going to get into the Titans schedule deeply. We'll talk about the NFL as a whole. We'll look at the AFC South, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably in particular. But we'll see how much of the schedule starts to leak later this afternoon. I think during 3HL, they're going to find out something. They'll find a few games here and there. But by the end of the evening, we're going to know everything.
One thing that we talked about, and it's yet to be seen because we got to go through this process of waiting for the schedule. Well, how many primetime games do the Titans have? Because we talked about this late last season, too, with that national exposure, getting this team superstars up and ready to go, and all of that type of stuff, putting the Titans on a national spotlight. I want to see how many primetime. Not that it matters. Record is what matters, but exposure is always good.
Well, if you're dragging on this Wednesday, it's time to pick you up. The Serendipity podcast with Inky Johnson continues to blow up. I think this week's guest is Ed Milet, who has 285,000 followers. Fitness guy, life strategist.
Global.
Probably a great conversation. I have not heard this one. This is the 11th episode of Serendipity with Inky Johnson. You definitely want to check. Hey, get Serendipity, get My World, get JMart and Ramon.
Yes, sir.
How about that? Uno, dos, tres. Get those, you'll be doing well. But we bring in our brother, Inky Johnson, for the midweek motivation. It's time to get everybody right. Inky, hope you're well, brother. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody is doing great. I wanted to start off today's midweek motivation with a few quote cards. And the first one reads, "When we lose one blessing, another is often most unexpectedly given in its place." And the second one reads, and I love this one, "When you have a bad day, a really bad day, try and treat the world better than it treated you." And the last one reads, "The secret of happiness is to count your blessings while others are adding up their troubles." And so I got into this dialogue about using adversity, opposition, uncertain moments, unfortunate moments for our good, right? And somebody challenged me on the thought process of me saying things don't happen to us, they happen for us. And they said, man, sometimes it sure doesn't feel like it, right? Like when things are not going my way or when things don't show up the way that I thought it would, it feels as if it's happening to me and not for me. And I said, well, you need to trace it back to your perspective, because if you look at it as it's happening to you, I know it can feel that way. I said, but let me give you a prime example, right? Like when my arm and my hand got paralyzed, one of the most devastating moments of my life, right? Me playing football, height of my career. Some of you all may know the story. Some of you all may not. And I go to just make a tackle. Arm gets paralyzed, almost lose my life. Now, one would look at me and say, no, that happened to you. Right? You got a paralyzed right arm and hand. You got atrophy in your arm. That happened to you. Right? I could literally look at you and see the atrophy on the right side of your body. That happened to you. And I challenge him and say, yeah, it happened to me, the incident itself, but the totality of the events that transpired, it ended up happening for me. And they say, how so? I say, because of how I was able to use it, because of the man I've grown into, because of my faith being fortified, my arm and my hand got paralyzed. My heart didn't, my mindset didn't, my attitude didn't, my essence didn't. Like the thing that makes me who I am every single day, that makes me get up and live my life the way that I live it, to impact with purpose and with mission, it never got touched. It never even penetrated it. And so it happened for me, right? I was able to use it. I acquired the right perspective. It made me a better man. What I'm saying when I say things don't happen to us, they happen for us, I'm saying if we can extract the right perspective and attitude from the situation, from the circumstance, or even a person, it has the opportunity to happen for us and make us better people. Never forget it. Go out, make a difference, make an impact today. in somebody's life, in some environment that you find yourself in, and never take this thing called life for granted. All the best. Inky Johnson, I'm out.
There's never an off season. Here we go. The Titans play on 104.5 The Zone.